Yeah, and it's my mom. Hang on a minute, this will be fun. Mom, I'm gaming right now!
Yes. Yes, you are.
Mom, I'm gaming right now! With my friends, Mom!
Hey, don't do at me! Hey, I'm here too!
Mom! I'm gaming with my friends! What do you want?
Hey,
And I'm streaming, Mom! Mom!
I'm hanging up.
I love you, Mom.
Only 5 minutes left. A fire team that fights together stays together. Double down. Tell them to line up faster. Fantastic work.
Oh my God. I didn't just do that, but I'll take it. I'll take it. I think Marv would have been very proud of me in that moment.
I have the holocron. See here. You didn't make it, Grease.
Here? Did you get out?
Ah! Ah! I don't know what happened there. Wikipedia for me, but I have a Wikipedia. And I hate it. Oh wait, is that an empty? Tell me that's an empty suit. Okay, it's an empty suit. Okay. Oh, but I don't like the music that's playing. I do not care for the music that is playing right now. And there's a lot of ammo around here. There's a lot of ammo around here. I could have swore that was somebody hanging there. I could have swore that was somebody hanging there.
Which
And-
should be the upcoming update that's...
What the hell is that?
That is Barry. Barry. So you gotta say hey to
So
Barry.
is this the haunted house in the Halloween season?
More or less.
And they just keep all their
just keep going along.
Other
You're doing
prop?
fine. You're doing fine.
Oh fuck! What was that? What is that? What the hell is that?
What was that? I don't know. You tell me.
What was that? Okay, yeah. You know what? You know I will get you for this.
Yeah, I know.
I will
Oh,
get you.
bullshit! You're the one, dude. You're the one that took me to TWA at night. I don't want to fucking.
Oh, well, I missed this.
All right. Anything on your EM?
Do you want to play ball with me? Okay. Fuck that.
We are off and running, chat. Here we go. All right, Phil, move forward. Now, Phil, I will tell you right now, I will not leave you alone in this game. Open this door, Phil. Open this door to your left.
The one that I'm okay.
Yeah, the one on the left. Okay, walk in there. And read what is on the portrait, Phil.
How was that? Was that you?
No.
Because I didn't read anything and I just heard a noise.
No, just
Magna.
This is awesome. This is awesome.
That switch does not seem to do anything. Exactly. It just shuts off the armor.
It shuts off the armor.
Let me see if there's a switch over here.
Might be
Well,
one.
there's these switches here.
That was not us.
Again. All right.
I think I heard Sabrina say mom.
Huh?
What?
She didn't
I thought
say
you were in
that.
another room.
No, she didn't say anything.
Did you not?
I heard that.
I thought
that was Serena. I heard Mom.
Me too.
I heard it too.
It wasn't.
That was not a real person.
I'll tell you what, I know, I'm gonna take a seat over here.
Maker.
The maker. You're probably told not to speak to strangers. And that's fine. That's fine. My name is T. And over there's my...
Was that you squeaking?
Ooh, no, that wasn't. I heard that.
Yeah, that's now I hear you squeaking.
I heard
What was that? It sounded
I-
like a voice.
I don't... It did.
Yeah, it wasn't your because
No, it wasn't me. It wasn't.
It
Nothing got
sound
caught
like
in my throat. There was. I marked it, but it was a mumble. Did you heard that, right?
100%.
Childhood hunger in America is real. Children come to school every single day not having access to food, not knowing whether they're going to have 3 meals a day.
Let's go!
No! So close. Really gorgeous. Oh, baby boy, we got $100 dodo.
Partnering with No Kid Hungry has allowed us to provide access to breakfast for all.
We're doing quests on PC today. And raising money for charity. Fork yeah.
We did it! We did it! We did it! Okay, now can we pick these guys up?
What? Thank you so much! Thank you, Zerog. Your name's going on a cup.
Landar! Thank you for the $5 for charity. Very kind of you.
We did Toga. We did our job.
That's a lot of spiders. We defeated the spiders and we get the potato party.
The Eye of Sauron has spotted me.
I don't know if it gets any better than this, and I can't say enough, Impulse. We couldn't have picked a better person to lead the charge, so thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, this is where it starts to get super creepy. This is the game Cyberpunk 2077 wanted to be, chat. I'm just going to come out and say it. This is the game Cyberpunk 2077 wanted to be. So, there you go.
Well, pitter patter, let's get at her.
Okay. Glad I got that out of my system. City. Overriding it could destroy my software. But I made that choice when I hooked into that first computer and the consequences it would bring. I'm sorry we went to see the outside together. I thought I needed to carry on the memories of humanity to hold on to the past. But I see futures in companions and you. Here, let me take that off of you. You were my friend, the very best I could have asked for. Oh, damn it. This is going to be another Last of Us ending where I cry, isn't it? I'm tearing up already. Oh. He's headbutting him. Oh. Oh, my heart! Oh, my heart! Oh. am I crying in a video game? Oh my god. I did it, hon. I did it, hon. I finished Stray. Worth every minute. Worth every minute. I'll move you back just a little bit.
What?
I wonder if she's pregnant.
She does look like. I was just wondering if her belly was a little bit big.
Yeah.
Maybe that might be why she's hungry.
That might be.
So, Jack, you are upset that Wesley fought for Virginia, fought against his own people from Gettysburg. That must have been aggravating.
Did you just whisper? Did you just whisper?
Keep going. Everything you got.
Oh, I don't know. I'm worried.
He's back at red.
Come on.
Oh no.
Steve Saylor! Steve Saylor! You did it! You did it! Congratulations, Steve Saylor! You just picked up your second seal, and it's a motherfucking raid seal! Let's fucking go! Let's fucking go!
I fucking love it when T gets hyped.
With a teammate entirely of your clan. Hold on. I'm going for it. Right.
Yeah, you just saw 80 inches of me touching my nipples on your wall. You're never gonna look at your wall the same way again. Okay. It's the weekend, everybody. Now, I don't know if putting on chill music is one of the best ways to, you know, kick off a stream, but you know what? It's a nice chill way. Start off a fantastic weekend of fundraising. How you doing, everybody? Got to work on that timing. Ooh. I got to figure out how to work on that timing too. Here he comes. Here comes Benedict. Hi, Benedict. Hi. How is everybody tonight? I know you're fine, Benedict. You're absolutely fine. I had a camera on you. I know. And now I have to try to reposition it, or I put some treats up there, right? Is that how this works? Is that how this works? Okay. You heard the cat. You heard the cat. I'm gonna have to sweat this out. All right. Come on. Yeah. What? There you go. Life with cats, everyone. Life with cats. Okay. I want to try this again. What happened to my music? What happened to my music? Do we need to do a restart? No, I think we got this. Now. How you doing, everybody? You're gaming with the Team Monster. Well, you're not gaming with the Team Monster. Not tonight, anyway. Tonight we are not gaming. We are actually doing some evidence review. Actually, tomorrow. So tomorrow, everybody, we're going to be shooting an episode of Old Spirits here. If you're not familiar with Old Spirits, you can get familiar with Old Spirits by going here, and that will bring you up to. Oh, wait. Oh, tell me you got it, secondhand. Tell me you got it. Tell me you've got it. If that's the best news, tell me you've got it. Did you get it? Yes! Fan-friggin-tastic. Fan-friggin-tastic. Nice job. Nice job. So that's one down. Now we just gotta get Panic out of her situation and we'll be good. We'll be absolutely Gucci. That is fantastic, everybody. So, for those of you who do not know in this community, yeah, secondhand, I got two people that are actively, and I would dare say aggressively, we're looking for new jobs. That was secondhand and Panic, two of my mods, and sure enough, secondhand has come through. Yeah, there we go. That's what we want to do. We're gonna rub some luck off onto Panic, onto Dear Panic, and then hopefully we'll be getting some good news from Panic. Now, of course, Panic is also applying for other jobs, but I know of at least one that I actively helped her apply for. So we'll see how it goes. That is fantastic news. I am so happy for you all. So happy for you. That is great to hear. Great to hear. All right. So first things first. I'm gonna boot up Premiere again. So, before I launch into things, I think it has to be said, season 2 of Loki, better start than season 1 of Loki. I'm still trying to put my finger on what I didn't like about season 1 of Loki. I wanted to like Loki. I wanted to like Loki a lot. I did not care for the show. Did not care for it at all. So yeah, I wanted to like it, and I just didn't. Season 2 of Loki is coming out swinging, and I really enjoyed it. I really, really enjoyed it. Now, I will be the first one to admit my opinion of it may be biased because Ke Huy Quan is in the opening episode of the season, and let's just say every time Ke Huy Quan shows up, I'm always happy because he's just got a thing about him. He's just got a thing about him, and I think he kills it as Obi. He kills it as Obi. So I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that immensely. All right, really enjoyed that. It's nice to be easing into this weekend. A lot of things that have been on my mind this week, and would you look at him? Would you look at Benedict? Yes, you are proud Kitte. Proud Kitte. Proud Kitte is proud in the Kitte. I will not be upstaged by some kittens. I will not be upstaged by kittens. I'm a good boy. You good up there? He's better up there than he was when he was yeah. When he was spanning the two bookcases. I think he's doing all right up there. I'm wondering if my bookcase is in need of a culling. I know I'm getting in a restless mood when I say, yeah, we're in need of a culling. So there's that. Oh, big props, by the way. Big props to let me just review. No, it didn't happen. Big props to Evie, who today moved the needle on the charity stream. And because it was the chill stream, I really wasn't paying attention. I didn't see the alert pop up. I should have. Let me look up Tiltify and see who gave donations today. Always nice though when the cat is actually getting in donations for Tiltify. I'm pretty pleased with that. I'm pretty damn pleased with that. We're gonna sign in, but it did. It feels like it's a good start to the weekend. I'm really looking forward to seeing the Rossies and getting Steve's episode in the can. Here we go. Pumpkin powered. Yeah, we're sitting at 335 right now. 335. Let's see here. Donations. Oh my God, Rogue. Rogue dropping 2 bills. $200. Rogue dropping $200. 200. And I didn't even put that together. Wow, bless her cotton socks. Bless her cotton socks. 4 hours ago. Bless her. Bless her. That's nice. That's nice. Girl's working the best. She is. She's doing great. She's doing great. And I'm still insanely proud of her. And hard to believe that was a week ago, everybody. A week ago we were greeting these cats into the world. It just feels surreal. But there it was. We waited 5 weeks and now here we are a week later going, I can't believe that happened. But there you have it. There you have it. We are proud. We are working out where we're going to be putting the kittens coming up at the end of this month. We may have to change some travel plans though. We may have to change some travel plans, sadly. But you know what? It's okay. It's okay. Now what is audio.wave and template MP4? Oh wait. No, I know what that is. We'll just take that offline. Okay. So we're pulling up Steve's visit and his what will be actually 2 episodes of Old Spirits. We have pretty much finished the rough cut of Steve's visit to the Jenny Wade house. Now we have another location that we took Steve to, and that was fun. The other location, but I really think that just glancing at Jenny Wade, that'll be enough. This episode right here is currently sitting at 1 hour and 28 minutes. Now divided in 2, that's 45 minutes, which is still too long. But there are going to be places we're going to be able to tighten this up, and maybe bringing in some stuff for the socials and things like that. And when we're done, we are going to have 2 30 to 35 minute episodes, and it should be good. Should be real good. Now, did I copy this on the wrong drive? No, I didn't. I'm looking at the wrong directory. It's nice to be able to have, this thing called organization, where I can just glance at something and go, no, I'm in the wrong folder. If anyone ever asks, yes, file management matters a heck of a lot in paranormal investigation. You want to know where everything is. You want to know the best, you want to have the best ability to reach your footage when and where you can, and quickly. So let's talk about that. What are you about to see tonight? Well, everybody, first off, welcome to the stream. We're actually testing out this. We're testing this layout not just for Halloween purposes, which for Halloween this is a great layout, I think. But I could also see this. I could really see this being our review stream backdrop and theme and all that stuff, because you got the ghosts, you got the just haunting, for the intermission, and then when we go over to the main screen, you got the slime, and then you've got this, the minimalistic layout. It still works really well, and we've got both cameras. So yeah, I'm actually pretty pleased with this layout. I gotta admit, and I gotta give credit where credit is due. Nerd or Die, as frustrating as some things are, Nerd or Die, their layouts, when they work, they're fantastic. I had to fit some square pegs into round holes though with this one, but that's a discussion for another time. See, now the slime is working fine. The ectoplasm's working fine now, so I don't know what happened between the start and intermission, but I'm gonna just roll with it. I'm just gonna roll with it, chat. It's Twitch. It's Twitch and it's streaming. Stuff is gonna go wrong. Now that brings me to who I am and what you're seeing here and what the plan is for tonight. Well, For those of you who do or did not know, I am a paranormal investigator. I am proud to be a paranormal investigator. I started doing this back in 2021. So back about 2 years ago, Phil Rossi called me up. This is after a year of playing Phasmophobia. Phil says to me, how'd you like to do paranormal investigation for realsies? And I was like, sure, let's do this, man. Got into it and found out that I actually quite love it. Now, on top of that, one of the things that I'm trying to do is I'm trying to demystify some of the things about paranormal investigation. Not necessarily what we find, but more like how the sausage is made. And one of the things that I started doing was I started doing live streams like this one, where I am going through the process of reviewing the video, reviewing audio, working with both, and making it all fit, making it all work together. I think one of the biggest problems that people have with paranormal investigation is that they think it's all like in your face and crazy paced. No, it's not. It's actually quite slow at times. In fact, I have come up with the analogy that watching a paranormal stream is akin to watching a fishing program, or in some cases a fishing stream. I actually met at TwitchCon last year a professional angler, and they stream their fishing. And quite honestly, that's what paranormal investigation is. Gamer Cat needs a little pumpkin themed Dracula cloak. Doesn't he though? The thing is, I've been wanting to do some costumes for the cats, but I saw a video from the cat daddy himself from Jackson Galaxy. He said, if you really want your cat to hate you in this time of year, put a costume on them. Because apparently cats do not like that. I don't know about dogs, but cats are like, I'm not going for this. This is not my jam, Dad. This is not my jam. It doesn't mean that he doesn't need it. I mean, he does. It would be nice if he had. It would be nice if he had a little something for the season. But anyway, yeah. So I don't know if I'm competing with the music or not. It's kind of hard to read the levels. I'm going to take the music down just a little bit. Yeah, just take the music down just a touch. All right. So anyway, so going back to paranormal investigation. So when I started doing the paranormal on this stream, it first was strictly events. You know, if we went on a paranormal investigation, I would try to stream it, and it was really hard to gauge whether or not that was successful or not, because when we first started, Phil was all about lights out. Had to be lights out. And because it had to be lights out, it meant that a lot of times I was streaming in the dark. And I'd be the first one to tell you, streaming in the dark is no fun. Streaming in the dark is zero fun. But I enjoyed it. I still enjoyed it. We have refined it over the years, and now I think we're at a point where both Phil is okay with me streaming, and I'm okay with accommodating Phil's wants and desires when we're out doing paranormal investigation. Then I started working in this. I started working in evidence review, footage review, whatever you want to call it, but basically evidence review shows where I would review the audio, I'd review the video, and this is one of the ways that I invite people in to the process, because I have been accused of as many people do, as many naysayers do, a lot of the haters do, they will say, "Oh, you're just adding that into post. It's too easy. You can add you." Now, this is one of the arguments that I have about that. If I wanted to add something into post, I would add something into post a lot more dramatic than get out or hear or go. I mean, I would want to do something a little more dramatic than that. But here's the thing too, chat. I have hours of audio and video, not just from this current investigation that I'm about to show, But there's also Charleston. I got tons of stuff to look at through there. And then I've got all the shows that we have planned for 2024. There's the Bird Theater. There's footage from Antietam. There's footage from the Belmont Farm Distillery. I do not have time to find the perfect spot to drop in and rehearse everybody to do the perfect reaction. I just don't have that kind of time, and I don't have that kind of patience. But I wanted to bring people into the process so they could see how we go through it, how we break everything down, and how we take a look at evidence. So that's the Friday night. That's the Friday Fright Night. That's the evidence review show, and that's what you're here for. The other thing too is we are here to raise money and awareness for NoKidHungry.org. NoKidHungry.org is an organization that makes sure the kids who are reliant on the school system for their next meal get fed even the school is out of session. Their two toughest times of the year are Christmas and summer. They just got out of summer. They're looking ahead to Christmas. And right now they're doing a campaign called Hunger Sucks. And my own charity stream, the Pumpkin Powered Stream, is feeding that campaign. It's part of a team campaign. So yeah, you donate here, and it goes to the bigger value for Hunger Sucks, which I appreciate. And remember, for every $1 that you donate to No Kid Hungry, that equals 10 healthy, nutritious meals for kids, and that makes a difference. That can really make a difference in the kids' grades and in how they handle the academic world. So go ahead and take a look. Go ahead and take a look at that. Go ahead and drop what you can. And if you can't, go ahead and grab that URL, circulate it into your socials. Go ahead and drop it in your Twitter. Drop it into your Facebook. Let people know that I'm out here doing this, streaming for No Kid Hungry right now. That pretty much brings me up to date. Brings me up to date, up to speed. So what we're going to do is we're going to segue into the layout, and what you see on either side of your screen, this is the preview. This is the preview window on the far left, right? And on the far left, this is where you see the episode itself. You're going to see all the different things that we've got going on here. Now this is an image taken straight from the stream that we did from the Jenny Wade house in Gettysburg, PA. Something else I have to do, I have to go on ahead and I have to shut down the music. So, because when you're reviewing evidence, you don't necessarily want to have background music, obviously. And where you see the pink on the right hand side of the time. Hi, cat. Look at him. He just the minute I got into editing, he was like, right, I'm moving. So now he's gone from his perch to here. Okay. I doubt if you're going to stay there, but you can look as majestical as you like up there. Okay. Life with cats, man. Life with cats. All right. So on the right-hand side is my timeline, and that is where I put everything together. It's where the editing happens. It's where the sausage is made, basically. And I just need to add in a quick clip in here. It's a 3-minute clip, so I have to break it up and see where we are in this clip. So let me go on ahead. You're gonna hear sound. I'm looking at this from another window. I just need to see where in the evening this happened. So let's just take a look.
It's empty, don't worry. Someone really had to go on the toilet. Oh, that's true. That's a good point. I thought you said there were no bathrooms in this building.
Okay. I thought you said there were no bathrooms in this building. All right. Now, let's see.
I also tell them I'm not emptying it.
And you kind of have us at a loss a little bit.
Oh, okay. So this is taken from Phil's point of view. He's on the other side of Jenny Wade. I'm on one side of Jenny Wade with Steve Saylor. Phil's on the other side with our tour guide and chaperone for the night. And I think this is Phil's conversation, so I don't think I have this part on my audio. But I'll find a spot where I can take this clip and drop it in.
We're running out of material.
Touch us again? Give us some friendly touches again?
There is another cat ball in the room.
Would you like to play with that?
Can you play with that
We'd like to see what you look like. My friend here has a special device that can see you. Why don't you come close to me right here? Why don't you come near me again?
That's
Try to
our
touch
that's
me.
our tour guide right there. You don't see this.
Love to meet
Don't
you.
worry.
See what you look like, buddy.
Or if you're too nervous, you can go sit right by the window. That makes you feel more comfortable. Ooh. I'm not tingling.
So that's really interesting. Like if I angle it away a little bit.
Were you touching my head? It's okay if you were.
It's okay. It's okay if you want to. I'm just trying to.
You can touch my head if you like. Scratch my hair.
Okay, you can stay in here if you want.
My hair, not my head.
Can you? Oh wait, so you're done. So I have another question. Hey, when you're done, I'll ask my next question.
So what you're seeing also too is that this, the tic-tac-toe, the grid. This is coming from a laser grid that I have, and what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to find where in this footage all this was taking place. I'm trying to find a key phrase that I can lock on to and then just drop in the video. So after I sync it up, of course. Okay, so I hear myself say we'll stay in this room. So I'm trying to remember where I said that over here. Where did I say we were staying in this room? I have to find, let's see. Trying to find the FLIR footage that Phil shot. All right. And that happened.
I'm really happy.
Wait, okay, hold on. Is it like near my hand?
Yeah.
Okay, so if there's Phil with his FLIR. That's Phil right there, and he's got the FLIR in his hand. So, and I guarantee you, there's Steve holding his hand out. These toys for you.
That's my hand. Do you see my hand?
Yeah.
All right. How you doing there, Incognito? Good to see you. And hi, Chris. Of course, I picked a quiet time. Kittens are well. You can see them in the smaller camera on there, but they are doing very well. Thank you for asking.
In that other room, because wow, they really like playing with the REM pod. Really?
Yeah.
You're bright.
I'll tell you what. You can tell us your name if once we're finished telling you our names.
Okay, so that's when we introduce ourselves again. Phil comes in. He's got his camera, his FLIR camera with him. All right. Ow.
Like right in this
Just knocked my.
Distant land, full of treasure and magical
and maple syrup.
Okay, maple syrup. Okay, so that's Steve's over there.
For us?
That's a truck.
No, that's a truck outside.
Oh.
Okay, so again, Phil is there.
Can you play with that one too?
I can show you where it is.
Oh, I just had a massive shiver.
Oh, did you?
Oh yeah.
Maybe they just prefer this room.
I mean, if you, I tell you what, can I?
No.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay, well then, how about this? Can I? I want to wait for the ball to go dark.
Hold on. I had like 3 shivers just.
Yeah, we just love.
I heard a third knock too. Shiver.
Oh, did you?
Oh yeah.
Maybe they just want to prefer this room.
I mean, if you, I tell you what, can I?
No.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay, well then, how about this? Can I? I want to wait for the ball to go dark.
Hold on. I had like 3 shivers, just woof, woof.
Okay,
woof.
Can you answer me a question? Do you not want to go in the other room? Okay. Do you not want to go in the other room? I think I said that earlier over here. So let me just. There you go. Nailed it.
I'm not tingling.
So that's
right.
Oh.
Okay. All right. I think I can sync it up with the woof. All right, so let me see how much of this I can actually get over here. Want to go in the other room? Could you touch that ball for the ball to go dark?
Hold on. I had like 3 shivers, just.
Okay. All right. Now let's see what. Wow, that's a lot of footage, and unfortunately, I don't think it all. No, it doesn't all translate over here. Okay, hang on a minute. Because at one point I do a time lapse. I do an elapsed time of 3 minutes and 30 seconds, which is almost the it's almost this that's almost the exact time of this clip. Which is a bit of a disappointment, but sometimes that'll happen. Sometimes you'll have footage and then you're like, oh, but I don't have anywhere to put it, or I don't have any time for it, or different things like that. Now, hang on. All right. Just to see if it lines up. I'm also going to drop in the audio. Okay, can you? No, it's slightly off. Because you can hear Steve in the background say "woof," so it's woof 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 woof.
I had like 3 shivers, just woof, woof.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so this is where it gets a little tricky. Because now I have to line this up by hand. All right, so let me just do this. All right. See if that makes it any better.
I had like 3 shivers, just woof, woof.
Okay.
Woof.
All right, that's actually pretty close because I think I've got the woof all lined up, but there's a slight echo, which means it's only like a frame or 2 off.
I had like 3 shivers, just woof.
Yeah, there you go. Okay. So let's say 5. Let's just try 5 frames. Let's see what that does.
I had like 3 shivers, just woof.
Now it's down to only a frame. Barely a frame or 2 off. So.
Three shivers, just woof.
Almost. Okay.
I had like 3 shivers, just woof.
Okay. There we go. All right. So up to this point, this is the video I can work with. Up to this point, because then I go into a time lapse. Now I can't just cut this segment and then time lapse it because the audio will be off. The audio will most definitely be off. It's not impossible to work with, but I can still work with it. So I'm gonna just move this out of the way. Also, I think during the time lapse, this ends because the clip that Phil sent me is 3.5 minutes on its own. So I'm gonna go ahead and just get rid of it altogether. But this, I want to see what is on Phil's FLIR at this time. So let's see what's on Phil's FLIR. I'll mute the audio. So let me just see.
Are you making my friend Steve feel cold? I'm sure.
So if you missed it, chat, if you missed it, what happened was that we had a lot going on in that moment. In that moment, I did a knock pattern, and apparently in the other room that you didn't hear, in the other room, we got 2 beeps.
Those cat balls are fun.
They are fun.
You like playing with the cat?
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
That's fun.
And
isn't
again,
it?
Tim.
You like the cat balls more than the Pepper Show? I totally
So
understand.
there is another cat ball in the room.
Would you like to play with that?
Can you play with that one too?
I can show you where it is.
Oh, I just had a massive shiver.
Oh, did you?
Oh yeah.
Maybe they just want to prefer this room.
I just want to see if I can
if
use
you-
this at all. I tell you what, can I?
No.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay, well then, how about this? Can I? I want to wait for the ball to go dark.
Hold on. I had like 3 shivers, just woof, woof.
Okay. Can you answer me a question? Do you not want to go in the other room? Could you touch that ball to tell me if you don't want to go into the other room? Is there something in the other room that's bothering you? And then that's when we do the time lapse. Now you see, here's the problem. As neat as the FLIR footage, which if you're curious, it's like, well, you're going to do a full screen of that T, right? Or you're going to do something with it. What I did with it later on when Phil joins us, let's see, when Phil joins us, this is what I did. You'll notice that I've got, I did this thing where I've got the blurred out version of it, and then I've got an actual solid in focus version, similar to what you do with TikTok videos and portrait videos. The thing is that I would love to use this footage. I would love to use this footage that Phil got me. The downside is this: during this footage, nothing's really happening in the FLIR. Nothing's really happening at this point in the FLIR. But here,
Steve feel cold?
cat ball goes off.
Sure
So if you missed it, chat, if you missed it, what happened was that we had a lot going on in that moment. In that moment, I did a knock pattern, and apparently in the other room that you didn't hear, in the other room, we got 2 beeps. And we got that on audio.
Those cat balls are fun.
They are
You
fun.
like playing with the cat?
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
That's fun.
And
isn't
again,
it?
Tim.
You like the cat balls more than the Pepper Show? I totally
So
understand.
there is another cat ball in the room.
Would you like to play with that?
Can you play with that one too?
I'm switching over here. I can show you where it is.
Oh, I just had a massive shiver.
Oh, did you?
Oh yeah.
Maybe they just want to prefer this room.
I mean, if you, I tell you what, can I?
No.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay, well then, how about this? Can I? I want to wait for the ball to go dark.
Hold on. I had like 3 shivers, just woof, woof.
Okay.
Woof.
Can you answer me a question? Do you not want to go in the other room? Could you touch that ball to tell me if you don't want to go into the other room? Is there something in the other room that's bothering you? And see, now there's a break in the action here, and that's why I do the elapsed time. We're basically showing people that, yeah, you can have these stretches where nothing happens. And while 3 minutes, 30 seconds doesn't seem like a long time, when you're in a setting like this, it can feel like forever. But unfortunately, I can't do anything with Phil's FLIR footage. At least this clip. There's another FLIR footage that pops up later. But I think for this one, we're better off without it. We're better off without it. All right. So let's just go on ahead and let's not worry about. We can go ahead and save it just to be on the safe side. We'll save it. Okay. Oh, did I just quit? I quit Premiere. Didn't mean to do that. Did not mean to quit Premiere. Straight up. Okay. Now we're getting infinity. So pardon me for that. Okay. Yeah. Oh, jeez. Whew. All right. And we're going to go back and we're going to open up the project that is Charleston. Friday night. Okay. And then this is going to fill up again. There you go. Better. Much better. Okay. So let me explain the situation that was Friday night. So Phil and I went to Charleston, South Carolina for some ghost hunting with the Ghoulie Girls. And if you're not familiar with the Ghoulie Girls, you should be. They are absolutely delightful individuals. Love them dearly. Give a quick shout out to the Ghoulie Girls. Yep. And if you want to go on ahead and do it the old school way, shout out. Well, not the old school way, the new school way, which is this. You can actually follow them directly from here. Yeah. Go on ahead and follow the Ghoulie Girls. It doesn't cost a thing, and they're absolutely delightful people. But the Ghoulie Girls are also interested in paranormal investigation, and we took them on a trip around Tuckahoe Plantation in Richmond, Virginia, and then we went down there and we were touring parts of Charleston, South Carolina with them. And this was one of the places that we visited with Nick McGear of Stories in the Cemetery. And this is the foot. Now, I haven't had a chance to listen to the audio or the video or look at the video or any of that. But this is basically cameras. This is a POV camera. This is, I believe, my phone at one point, because I was streaming, or I was attempting to stream. And we were all outdoors, and it was just different places. It was a pretty fascinating trip. I'm very hot and cold about outdoor investigations. I don't particularly care for doing them because you got too much outside interference, which you'll see here. But let me go on ahead and let me jump into this, and we'll take a closer look at what we found. Again, I have not seen this footage since I shot it, so this is going to be fun to relive. All right, here we go. That was anticlimactic. Let me click on here. No? Really?
So
there it is.
Again, creepy age gap in colonial times, definitely a creepy age gap now. The word fire, let me show you the only picture that we actually have of the mansion. This is exactly where you're standing right now.
Oh wow.
This is fire damage from the Great Fire of 1861. So, in the event we get the term fire, I told you we normally get 2 or 3 numbers out of the date. This happened December 11th of 61, 1861. So 12/11/61. Obviously non-yes, no answers, very specific numbers. So, every tour in town talks about a great fire, whatever happened in Charleston. This one was actually one of the biggest fires it ever endured. This is a map of Charleston. The orange is the fire. So you were standing on the tiny little green dot on the right-hand side of this map. This fire literally went from one side of the peninsula all the way to the other. So this was a giant fire. So why did the mansion not burn all the way down? It was made of more material than just wood, which would have been everything else. So makes sense. So glad you moved your equipment. the children, which is something I did not really truly bring up with you guys tonight, because it's normally something that'll poke the bear. And if we do use the questions about the children, we leave it's a short visit with.
Just so you all know, the dotted lights that are dancing across Phil and Nick, that is I believe an SLS camera that Zombie of the Ghoulie Girls is holding. So you're seeing that pattern go back and forth. And I should also say, too, that if any of you have questions about the footage that we're looking at, if you have any questions about paranormal investigation, I am here to not only review the footage and see what we have, if we have anything, but I'm also here to answer your questions. So feel free to ask at any time. And welcome to the stream if you haven't. If this is your first time here and you're watching out of curiosity, we're not actually doing a paranormal investigation now. This is the other side of paranormal investigation, where after you've shot all these things, hours on hours on hours, we look it over. And this is my first time seeing this since I shot this. So let's take a look at the footage. And again, if you have any questions, feel free to put them in chat. I'm keeping an eye on chat as well as the footage here.
My other groups. So there were 4 children total, but there's a tragedy with one of them that she doesn't like to talk about. Hence why you kept getting the number 3. Like, it was, in other words, like, don't ask about this child. I'm still going to tell you about the 4 children. The first one you already know about. We talked about him already. Charles Coatsworth Pinckney, signer of the Constitution. So.
And when you say Pinckney, is it P-I-N-K-E-Y?
P-I-N-C-K-N-E-Y.
P-I-N-C-K-N-E-Y. Got it. Thank you. That was more for my wife than for me.
P-I-N-C-K-L-E-Y. Where can I make a note of that somewhere? Oh, I know. Unfortunately, it's on the other side of the desk. Give me a second, everybody. Give me one moment. So when it comes to paranormal investigations, sometimes a pad and a pen are your best friends. If not that, if you're more digital, then going ahead and use a note-taking device of some kind. But it's the basics, man. Sometimes it's the basics. Okay, so. P-I-N-C-K-L-E-Y. I'm just going to back that up just to make sure.
Still going to tell you about the 4 children. The first one you already know about. We talked about him already. Charles Coatsworth Pinckney, signer of the Constitution. So.
And when you say Pinckney, is it P-I-N-K-E-Y?
P-I-N-C-K-N-E-Y.
P-I-N-C-K-N-E-Y. Got it. Thank you.
P-I-N-C-K-N-E-Y.
Yep, you got it. We actually started on Pinckney Street. So.
Oh.
Yep.
Nice.
The next child I bring up is Thomas. Thomas fought in a Revolutionary War battle and was shot in his left leg during the Battle of Camden. When the British released him, we have fighting.
So, all right. So, on a theory.
Sure.
How in the know would spirits know, like, say someone's name or something like that? Do they have to hear it to really acknowledge it? The reason I ask is, go ahead.
You mean like us listening in?
Like if, like you just said that Eliza's second child's name is Thomas, right? Would she have known before I got here that that's my actual name?
It's a possibility. If you introduced yourself in that manner.
I did not, but I wish I had now. But
you probably would have gotten a different response.
Yeah, I probably would have.
And it's a possibility. I will tell you that my name shows up during these tours a lot. I'm here every night. These people know who I am. And again, they're not just ghosting me. These people, they live. Right.
They just don't happen to be inhabiting
this plane.
Bodies.
You got it. Now, Thomas, we didn't get anything directly relative to him, but normally the keywords I get around him are obviously his name, left leg. I've even had Battle and Camden show up in the same evening on a radio station. Camden is a city in South Carolina. We shouldn't really be talking about it here in Charleston, but it came up one night, and it's exactly how I learned about Thomas. So everything we're discussing tonight is not something I read out of a book. It was something that came up on another previous investigation, and it was a weird phrase to me, so I wrote it down and researched it the next day.
Well, that's like Graham finding out stuff at Linville.
Yeah.
Bits and pieces come through investigations.
Exactly.
And then he finds out all these parts of this like family history.
And
Right,
you
it's
got
just
fighting tonight.
I got fighting the moment he said fighting in the Revolutionary War.
You got it. The next one is Baby George. This is the one we don't poke the bear with. Baby George does not have a headstone or a grave. The theory behind this is during the times of colonial times of 1747, when he passed away, is that he would have been mummified and kept right here in the home, waiting for Mom to pass away so he could be buried with his mother. It's going to get even more weird when we talk about Eliza's death. There's one more
How
child.
did Baby George die?
I don't know. I cannot find the records. The only thing I do know is that he was born in June and died in June. I don't even know exactly how old he was. I'm going to guess at least a few weeks based on he was named. You wouldn't have named a baby until they were christened.
So just so you know, the sudden change in cameras. So the camera underneath my stream camera, which my stream camera is my phone when I'm mobile. We have the Canon XA11, which has an IR filter. That's underneath, and then mounted on top of that is my stream. So right now, this is the stream you're looking at. That's this top layer of film, if you will, and then underneath it is the Canon XA11, which is why it's something changed from black and white to color. Okay.
Right. So again, he probably was christened, and then a lot of research goes into Baby George. And I've actually read his death certificate. It doesn't give me anything. As far as the last child, the only daughter, her name was Harriet. She married Daniel Horry. That's important because Myrtle Beach, 2.5 hours north of here, is Horry County.
Horry County.
That's where she lived. Kind of let's put two and two together and think at the times. Wouldn't have been a 2.5 hour car ride for Eliza. Lots of letter writing. So if we hear from Harriet, which is very seldom, letter, ink, quill, those kind of terms were published. Yes, all of those letters were published, and I read a good portion of them.
Distribution.
Kind of a stress. But Eliza's death, those were your main focus questions when you guys first started. The number 14 also showed up, so that's the exact number of years that Eliza and Charles were married until Charles's death in 1758. And yes, Eliza remained a widow until her dying days. So let's get into her death. She was 70 when she passed away. First off, that's a long time.
It's a long time for that day, yeah.
For a woman to be alive during colonial times. That was 1793 and the year she passed away.
Okay, and I think what I'll do is just to break it up, I'm going to go on ahead and... What? It's Friday night. You know I review footage. You want some more calories, don't you? You want your more calories, okay. You also want your meds. I understand. I'll tell you what. Let me do this for another few minutes, and then I'll go and get your meds. Okay, I'll take a break. Yeah, I know. Slow blinks. I'll get you your meds. Okay. I'm gonna have to get the cat his meds very soon, just so you know. Yes, that does explain the winds you're hearing. Yeah. It was a. I wouldn't say it was a chilly night, but it was a very windy night. Okay.
First off, that's a long time.
It's a long time for that day, yeah.
For a woman to be alive during colonial times. That was 1793 and the year she passed away. She was going to Philadelphia, getting treatments, whatever they thought she had. It turned out to be breast cancer. We didn't know what the hell breast cancer was in 1793. We're going based off her medical records today. As far as her death, she died in Philly, she's buried in Philly. I should raise two questions in the back of your brain. First off is Baby George. You can't go home and Google mummied baby, by the way, and not expect a phone call from the government. You have to go into the religious practices for colonial times.
Right.
So, if my theory is true about George, they would have transferred him from this location all the way to Philadelphia by horse and carriage. You guys look old enough to remember Oregon Trail? Somebody's getting dysentery, right? Yeah, so just kind of think of that. It's kind of a creepy thought to be that driver. You got a mummy baby in the back all the way to Philly. The other thing is, if she's up there, why are we here? Again, general public question. The reason why I bring you here and not to actual cemeteries, it's minimal. in cemeteries, just so you know. When I have investigated cemeteries, it's minimal activity. Most people don't hang out near their graves when they're gone. They go to their mansions 400 miles away from
We
where
were
they're
talking about this last night. I posited that you might have grieving people.
Going to.
The grievers might revisit the cemetery.
Correct.
Who saw their loves buried. I did get infection when you were talking about not knowing what was wrong with baby George.
Oh, that's interesting. Anybody want to take a guess who the president was that was the pallbearer?
He does.
Do I?
Who's the president?
James Madison.
When she died? When she died.
She died.
Was it 1783?
1793. Who was the pallbearer at her funeral?
That I do not know.
It was Washington. It's a good thing you couldn't answer. Let me explain. I do this every single night, just so you guys know, and I did the same trick for you guys.
Okay.
So, George Washington, at his own request, wanted to pay homage to Eliza based on her indigo that helped get our country started. When we got here, I told you, I'm not going to give you questions like what color is George Washington's white horse. I subliminally put George Washington in the back of all of your brains, and notice that was the only question I gave back to you, and none of you could answer. That's a good thing. You passed with a fail. So again, that's what I look for every single night, because if I get some teenage kid with an earbud in his ear, he's just going to start repeating everything I say. I just heard get out. I just heard George. You know, all of those kind of things. So I do that every single night. I do it, again, it's almost habit. I know you're kind of grinning like, that's a great trick.
It is a great trick. I got to remember to do that when we do Candy Factory.
Thank you, master's degree in writing. So,
yeah, you bet.
Little bit of wordsmith play.
No, I love it.
I have to remember that. I have to remember that because we may be actually doing. You guys were all Christmassy. Yeah, I know, Christella. Yeah, that's the SLS. You don't see it, but the IR lighting does see it, and it creates that kind of weird Christmas effect, if you will. Review. See, that happens at 31:37. Okay. All right. So let's hit it.
So
We'll credit you for that too. We call this the Nick.
Yeah. Not the neck, the Nick.
Yeah.
We actually spent quite a bit of time in here. And I'm curious to kind of get to these other blindfolded type sessions. One of the spaces I was actually, looking to take us to, which I lost track of the loop of it. I will kind of briefly touch on it. And again, once I saw like the size of the camera, it almost might be pointless for us to take the camera down there because they still might be doing construction. Let me tell you a brief history of that location. Normally I would tell people with all my spirit boxes to listen for names along the way to the alley we're going to. The reason why is because it's part of the stone tape. Those bricks that are in that, they're actually Belgian blocks and made completely of granite. They're not supposed to have, granite is not supposed to have any type of EMF charge. We've had EMF charges all the way up to 12 from those bricks, like putting them directly on the ground. So again, I take out the 1.1 that would be natural from the earth, and we get normally around a 12 or 13 every 6 to 7 weeks. The stone tape theory basically states that stones made of earth that have been in the same place for hundreds of years, like those. I can't remember the exact year, it's been so long since I've been there. Hang on to the memories of the things that occurred there.
Quartz usually does that.
Correct.
Yeah.
But granite does not.
Granite should not, no. You're right.
But
You're
it
right.
does.
Okay.
I've got proof over and over and over again. The reason why is because the same names kept coming up every 6 to 7 weeks. Those names are Benjamin and John. Every 6 to 7 weeks I was getting the same two names. Those two gentlemen both lived in that alley in 1801. When I say people live down there, 2 out of 5 people, like 2 to 5 people live down there at a time. So why wasn't I getting other names and other times that, because I have the full roster of everybody that's ever lived there, and it's a short list. And every once in a while we got a third name. That third name was Jane. A third person out of the 5 that lived there in 1801. I have no other detail about these 3 people. So again, it wasn't like a long investigative space, but it is one of those places where I like to talk about the stone tape theory and kind of nerd out a little bit and measure the stones.
Yeah, the stone tape theory, if anybody is curious. Whoa. The stone tape theory, if anyone is curious as to what Nick meant by that, there is a theory in paranormal investigation. And what it is that there are certain stones, limestone, quartz, bluestone, for those who are familiar with James Madison University, that record moments in time, right? And it's called the stone tape theory. It records emotions. It records the energy in the air. And this is very metaphysical. I'm the first one to say it's very metaphysical. It's very woo. Some people call it very woo. And I would agree. It is pretty woo. But one of the things that I go to is, yeah, but if you look at the stones that are identified as being part of the stone tape theory, a lot of those stones were used in the building of the Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum. And the Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum is one of the places that we are looking at for 2024, and it is very active and it is very intense. We were when we rescued Evie 6 weeks ago. Jeez. So when we rescued Evie, actually it was more like 7 weeks ago. When we rescued her 7 weeks ago, we took a detour coming home from the old hospital on College Hill, and we stopped at the Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum just to look around and also to pay a visit to their souvenir shop just to see how they do things. And I gotta say, one, they took very good care of the property. It's beautiful. The people that work there actually dress in the style and in the outfits that the nurses would have worn at the time the Trans-Allegheny was built. And so that's kind of cool. Secondly, when you walked into the place, you just felt it. You just felt it. There was something about that place. So you add the trauma of the place, you bring in the stone tape theory, and in the words of my partner in crime, Phil Rossi, it's very compelling. It's very compelling what comes up next. All right, let's get back to it.
But again, between the weeks 1 and 5, you don't get anything, and I don't know which part of the loop we're on. It's a great chance that there's nothing going to happen. So
let's measure the stones, baby.
I'm going to take you to another alley instead. So I'm going to take out the item. But again, they were doing construction down there for some odd reason. But again, I'm going to take you guys to Philadelphia Alley. It's a common stop for other ghost tours, so just kind of be mindful of that. Definitely don't film the other tours if you're using a camera. They get weirded out. They didn't pay to get filmed. Like, that's kind of their thing. They just want to hear stories and move on. Right. Definitely listen in on your spirit box along the way. EMF detection is at a bust until we get into the space. The reason why, the parking meter electrical lines are underneath our sidewalks. No ghost is following you.
Right.
So people get like, oh my God, it went up to 10. I'm like, yeah, you're next to a parking meter. So don't get excited. But we are going to go straight to Philadelphia Alley, and then we're going to see how things go from there. We got a little bit more than normal. Did it die?
Oh no, I just turned it off to give it back to you. Do you want to keep it running? Keep it running? All right.
I mean, again, this is the equipment we use all night. Okay. So once we get into Philadelphia,
he was a lot of fun to work with.
Just like to stir shit
he was a
up,
lot of fun to work
over
with.
into the next space where we're going to be able to spread out. Remember, it's an alley, and other tours are going to be down there, so we might not really have a chance to spread out like what we did here. I just like to go in and tell the dueling story because it's so great, and then really stir shit up about the doctor so we can capture shit while we're listening for 2 different stories to come through our spirit box into communications.
Okay.
That's why I like to go to that next space.
All right. I think at this point we started motivating. Let's see how it happens.
What are you two thinking about things over there?
So, just so you know, I'm just speaking out loud right here. You now see why I have done away with showing chat and showing an event list. Because you'll notice that in later events and later paranormal streams that where I'm actually investigating, where we're on location, all we have is Old Spirits Investigations and Investigation in Progress. This right down here, Investigation in Progress, I want people to know when they see that there are a couple things happening. One, we are paying attention to chat, but we're not paying close attention to chat. that is the job of my moderators. My moderators basically will take notes. They'll be writing down questions or recording questions. And then when I take a break, I will then go and I'll say, hey, did we get any questions while we were going on? Did anybody have any questions for me now? And I then check chat in real time. The other reason why is that, like, this right here, just this, the chat, which I can't make any smaller. If I could make it smaller in Streamlabs, I would. But I can't make chat any smaller there, and I can't really do anything with the event list either. And because of that, it takes up roughly 10 to 15% of the screen. And I'm covering up Nick. I'm covering up anything that would really happen in that area, and that's just too much space to lose. So by just having my Old Spirits logo and investigation in progress, we take 15-20% of real estate used to 5. And I'm still paying attention to chat. I'm still being responsive, but it's a give and take. It's a give and take. I want to take you all on this experience. I want to give you the experience that we're having as well. And that's what's going on. No problem, secondhand. I understand. I totally understand. Thank you for the lurk. I appreciate it. Let's get back to it.
Is this what you two thought you signed up for?
Yes.
Okay. Big old lesson, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, we were hoping that they would learn from us, but I think all 4 of us are learning from you, so I think we're fine.
To get different perspectives.
Yeah.
And also,
And I'm watching your guys' gear. I'm looking at like how your methods are that you're using, that kind of thing. George. By the way, there's 3 Georges in this location. We talked about Baby George. We talked about George Washington that'll come through. And we've also talked, we didn't talk about him, but Baby George was named after Eliza's father. And if you remember Eliza's maiden name,
Lucas.
Which makes her father?
And yes, Pip. Yes, Pip. Nick does know that we are writers. Yes, he does know that. Yeah, he knows that. He knows that. Yep.
Yeah, watch your step over there.
I will also say this. We walked a lot. We walked a lot that night. And actually, I think what I want to do right now is just take a quick break. I'm going to go on ahead and put on the BRB reel, and because I need to give this cat some meds. I need to give this cat some meds and some more food because the doctor wanted more calories in him, and we are delivering. So let me go on ahead and put you on the BRB reel, brand new BRB reel. And remember, we are raising money and awareness for NoKidHungry.org. NoKidHungry.org is an organization to make sure the kids who are reliant on the school system for their next meal get fed, even if school is out of session. Their 2 trickiest times of the year are around Christmas time and summer break. So remember that every dollar counts with No Kid Hungry. For every $1 that you donate, that is 10 nutritional, healthy meals generated for kids. So keep that in mind. If you cannot donate to No Kid Hungry, if you cannot donate to this charity stream now, then do me a favor, grab this Tiltify link that I'm about to throw up here, and go ahead and put that in your socials. Just put that everywhere and let people know that I'm doing this and that I'm raising money. They're a fantastic organization. I vouch for them in every way, shape, and form. And because Christmas is going to be here before we know it, we just want to make sure these kids are covered and that they're taken care of. All right, everyone. Let me go on ahead and step away for just a moment. Oh, and yeah, this is also a good time for you. Make sure to hydrate. Make sure to stretch your legs, stretch those hammies. And I'm going to medicate this cat. So I will be right back. I'm gonna go look for the invader.
I'm willing to bet probably Steps.
He is Steps because I am at drill and he is not here. Heading over there.
I don't see him.
Yep, there he is.
Got him.
Woo! Let's go, baby.
This is what the taken feel. Revel in this. One down. That's two. Seconds left. Bury another. Oh, they could've run. Look at them now. They're dead.
I'll take it.
Time for a prime evil. Feel that
I'll
way.
take it. I'll take it. I'll take that. That felt really good. That felt really good. Come on, give me some hype in chat. Give me
All right,
all
I've
your
got
hype
super.
emotes in chat.
Let's go,
Do
baby.
It. Do it. Do it, baby.
All right, I've
Hang
got
in there.
super going.
All right, they are right in front of you. Throw it. Hit it, baby.
Yeah,
Hit it.
I got some, baby.
Oh my God, he got him. He got his first invader kill.
Let's go,
Here
Jack.
to
We
see
get
it.
some hype in chat, baby. I got another one. I got another
There we
one.
go.
Let's go. I'm just,
All right,
I don't
Jack.
care. I'm camping spawn right now. It's a black guy doing this. And I'm back, baby. All right, let's kill this primeval and go home.
Yes.
Woo!
All right, melt the primevals, fire team. Melt the primeval. Let's make this happen.
Let's go. Oh, I'm dead. Let's melt this, baby.
Let's hit this. Let's hit it.
All right,
Hit it,
let's go
baby.
out on a
Hit it
win,
with everything
folks.
you got. No, he's not. No, he's not.
Yeah,
Let's
we did
go!
it, baby!
Let's go! How many did you take out? How many did you take out?
I don't know. I don't know. I think I
Well,
took
no,
out
no,
like
it'll
maybe
say in
2
your
or
stats.
3.
It'll say in your stats.
They'll say my stats. Okay, let's see. Let's see, Chad. Come on.
Let's do this. Oh my God! He was
I got
one away
three.
from Army of One. Let's go!
Yeah! Oh my God, we did it! Woo!
Through a grant from No Kid Hungry, which was a majority of our resources, right? To be able to purchase this truck and get it going. So families have a hard time to get from one place to another place. And I was like, man, why can't we be the ones to get to them, right? And we could lift off that burden, you know, eliminate that barrier and be able to serve our students, our families, in a way that they feel like we actually care for them.
Hi, I'm Steve Saylor, aka Blind Gamer Steve. I'm a content creator and accessibility advocate and consultant in the video game industry.
My name is T Morris. People call me T. They call me T Monster. I also go by Twitch Dad.
When I started looking into wanting to stream, I had known this dude here for about, I think about 10 years at that point. And so I reached out to him. I was like, hey, you know what? I know you play Destiny. Would you be cool kind of helping me and guiding me through the game? I've never played it before.
This is when I gave you a little bit of honesty. I said, are you sure you want me? Because you see me play, so you know how bad my aim is. It'll be the blind leading the blind. And he went, that's what we'll call it.
All right, there's the Traveler. There's the Traveler in front of us. Let's go. Walk forward. Walk forward. I want you to enjoy this.
As someone who has a disability where it affects my vision and it is hard for me to be able to play games in general, having someone take the time and guide me through being able to play a game and not try to rush me through things, that meant the world to me.
Where's that? All right. Oh, there he is.
Yes! Yes! Oh, yeah!
In any other game, it's usually people don't want to play with a disabled person, whereas with Destiny, I can jump in with T, I can jump in with my friends, and even when we just jump in with random blueberries in the community, we can still be able to help each other out, and that's why I love Destiny.
Did you shoot my friend? That was a bad choice.
It's all about being able to reach out and pick someone up and being like, we can do this together. And that is being a hero. It's being able to lift everyone else up.
It's not about you. It's about the fire team. That's what makes a good guardian, is when it's about reaching the end goal and reaching it together.
Is that still going off in there, Tina? I would like the cat balls. Someone needs some cat balls.
What was that? What was that?
Someone needs some cat balls. You have.
What is that? What is that? Do you hear that, Pip? It's a very, wow, hang on. It's a very rushed, it sounds like a rushed whisper.
Someone needs some cat balls.
Yeah, I thought it was something on the floor, but it's not.
Someone needs some cat balls.
I'm now slowing it down to 175. I'm hearing turn around. Does anyone else hear that? Turn around?
It's not quiet on this side of the REM pod.
Oh no, I can. We can all hear it. We can all hear it.
I want to try something.
Okay, so Steve says I'm going to try something. I'll hear it. We can all hear it.
I want to try something. Sitting down.
Oh God, I actually saw it move.
I've got some. I'm going to do that right over here. And then I'm going to drop that in and go shadow. Please make my shadows black so it pops a little harder. 100% opacity. 7 on the edge. Actually, let's tighten that up a bit. 5 pixels. There you go. Boom.
Oh God, I actually saw it move.
Really?
I saw it move.
I have never seen Sebastian with that look on his face. Are you? No, it's not that, Scott. It's not that. Okay, and we're back. And as you can see, Bast has now come into play, but Benedict is a little torn. He's a little torn. He didn't finish his. He got his meds. But he didn't finish the food that he takes with his meds. So, but he wants the treats. And I'm like, you already had treats. These are Bass treats that we're getting here. Okay, everybody. Let's get back to it, shall we? We were moving on to a different location, so let's start the walk. Now, what would happen? Hey, Spence, how are you? How are you feeling today? How's your Friday been? Hope it's been a low pain day. So right now we are working our way through Charleston, South Carolina. We are headed to the next spot. Now, in this situation, I would probably make this into a time lapse because I don't think anything really interesting happens. Now, granted, I'm listening to the audio just in case we pick up a whisper or anything like that. But anyway, we are now motivating. And I've got my first battery change for the night, chat. My POV camera has has come to a close, which is fine. I've got 2 perfectly good charged up batteries waiting for me. Mika, hey, lurking in chat without sound because I woke up at 4 a.m. Can't sleep. Oh, the sleep apnea. Yeah. Well, I think because we're in downtown Charleston right now, I think we have really good Wi-Fi, which is nice. And we'll see how how everything goes. If I were to describe myself right now, chat, I would say I'm pseudo-portable. I'm more portable than I think I am. I'm still not that portable. All right. I am getting plenty of exercise. There you go, Charleston Market, everybody. Charleston Historic Market.
Light for you.
There you go. There's not a problem, is there? I'm good. Yeah, we're all good here, Fodder. We're all good here. We're bros. We're bros. I don't know. Benedict, do you need help or are you good? Bast, no. I'm saving those calories for Benedict. I'm saving those calories for Benedict. All right. Well, Benedict, you need to finish your. How about that? Huh? There you go. That's good. Yeah. Sometimes Benedict just needs a little bit of encouragement for him to finish his calories. And they are being good boys. And just so we can all check in, as you can see, here's Evie. Kittens are doing well. Sebastian, everything okay? Everything okay? All right. One last check in with the boys. You see Benedict is just chowing down, so everything looks good there, which means we can now get back to the main camera. Vet appointment went well. We are going to have to do one more test to just solidify on some things, but Evie has been given a rabies vaccination, so she's all good. She's all good in that respect. Of course, the entire office lost their minds over the kittens. And across the board, people have been just saying what a wonderful cat Evie is, how attentive she is, how look at this. Speaking of cats who are finding a new lease on life, Benedict is just beside himself right now. He is just absolutely digging the extra calories. But yeah, it went well. And right now we just got to do one more test. She goes in for some more blood work on Thursday, and we then wait another week. So it's the waiting that drives me a little batty, but you know, you adapt. Okay, let's get back into Charleston, shall we? All right. Tell you something, Phil. I love the back brace on this backpack I'm wearing.
Is back breaking, you said?
It's a back brace.
Oh, back. Oh, that's good.
It's got a little hard cover back brace on it, and it's pretty swish.
It's the old man special.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm wearing the Ghost Stop the Ghost Stop backpack, which I really do think I need to do a review on. There are things I love about it, things I don't. But anyway, yeah, I think I should do a review on it sometime. So I got Benedict over there. I got Bast over here. Things are good. Okay. trying to remember if I kept this on IR or not. Let me just see. Whoops. Yeah, I did keep it on IR. Ah, damn it. Okay.
Tell you something, Phil. I love the back brace on this backpack I'm wearing.
Is back breaking? You said?
It's a back brace.
Oh, back. Oh, that's good.
It's got a little hard cover back brace on it, and it's pretty swish.
It's the old man special.
Yeah, I know, right? Oh, look at this. There's some beautiful architecture here in Charleston. Let's see. Okay, I need to fix one. Yeah, I just need to fix one thing. There we go. Thank you. This is bobbing around. Oh, that's why. It's getting loose on here. Still learning how everything works on this rig.
People are weirded out by our cameras.
Yeah. No, I'll fix it later.
We're gonna be stopping soon.
Okay. Trying to stabilize this as best I can, chat.
Yeah, I remember the tiny little rig that I had secured the phone on started to give way, and then during this this trek through downtown Charleston, it just fell apart. It literally just fell apart, and I got it back to the. Fortunately, I didn't lose any of the pieces, so I was able to take it back to the hotel, look at it, and realize, oh, this is actually, kept together using an Allen wrench. I need to do X, Y, and Z, and then everything was fine. Still a pain in the butt, and that's one of the things that I've learned about with this kind of streaming, IRL streaming or streaming on the go or streaming on location. It's hard. It's really hard, and I admire people who have the streaming backpacks, but not everyone has that kind of. I've looked into streaming backpacks. They start at $2,500 and work their way up. And that's before you pay for a service to stream from. And I'm like, yeah, okay. And I have tried to find alternatives, and I've asked. It's interesting how many streamers. And Spence can appreciate this because Spence and I are longtime podcasters. And one of the things that Spence and I can attest is that in the early days of podcasting, everybody shared how they did things. If you were curious about anything, about how somebody was podcasting, man, podcasters would talk your ear off. Streamers are the exact opposite. Particularly the successful ones, the ones who are pulling in several hundred people watching. I've noticed that they will not talk about, because I have written to several IRL streamers who all have streaming backpacks, and I'm like, can you tell me where you got yours? Can you tell me how you set it up? Could you give me some pointers? Could you point me in the right direction? I've been ghosted by all of them, and I'm not using ghosted in an ironic sense. They just will not talk about it. And I wish I understood what it was. If it's something as insecure as, well, I don't want to give away my trade secrets. My thought about that is, well, then you really are pretty you really then have a very solid grasp on what you're doing as a content creator, in that that this could end at any moment. So you're going to basically circle the wagons and protect yourself, which tells me a lot about you as an individual and your faith in your community. Because if you've got that kind of a following, you've got a community. And if you've got a community, then you should know they're not going to go anywhere. They're not going to leave you because you shared your trade secrets with somebody that just asked. And what I'm doing is not their audience, and vice versa. So yeah. Anyway, oh, you could connect me with someone. Oh, well, that'd be. You know what? Well, you know where to find me. Is it? If this is PAX, hi PAX. Gatekeeping equals bad. Yes. And by the way, everybody, that's No Kid Hungry in the house right there. Right there.
Yes.
No Kid Hungry in the house.
More of that, please.
How you doing?
More of that, my girl.
With me. So I tell you what, Pax, why don't you drop me a line on Discord, and yeah, I would like to talk to somebody about that. Now, granted, the stream setup that I have now is great. The stream setup I've been dealing with of late has been terrific. But yeah, I just want to be able to take what I've got and build on it to the next and get it to the next level. I think the toughest thing about paranormal investigation, particularly paranormal investigation on Twitch, is making sure that wherever you're headed, you have really good Wi-Fi. Because if I don't have that kind of Wi-Fi, it is a disaster, which was what happened, unfortunately, at the old hospital on College Hill. And I was a little miffed with Streamlabs because what I was paying them for wasn't coming through. And they didn't quite answer all of my questions, but I'm going to give them another shot. I am going to give them another shot. But they literally are the best thing. But when they say, oh yeah, you can stream from anywhere, that's kind of pushing it. Anyway, remember everybody, No Kid Hungry, as you see in the chat, they are an organization to make sure that kids who are reliant on the school system for their next meal gets fed even if school is out of session. Their toughest times are usually around Christmas break and summer break. And with Christmas coming forward, they've started up a brand new campaign called Hunger Sucks, and the Pumpkin Powered Stream is part of that overall team campaign. So remember, for every $1 that you donate to No Kid Hungry, 10 nutritional meals are created for kids. And any little bit you can do can help. And if you don't, if you're unable to donate, by all means, take this link right here, go ahead and circulate it in your chat, circulate it in your social media networks, go on ahead and put it on Facebook, put it on your Instagram. Just let people know I'm out here doing the thing. Okay, so let's get back to Charleston, South Carolina. We are headed towards Philadelphia Alley. And if this goes the way I think it's going to go, I'm probably going to go on ahead and do this as a time lapse. I love working with you guys over at No Kid Hungry. It is a pleasure to be a stream ambassador. It really is. It really is. I still have my spatula. It's over here. All right.
Well, we're getting there.
Oh, well, I should also say, too, I think we're closing in on a date for an actual paranormal investigation that I will be able to stream for charity this month. I wanted to throw that out there, too. That could be happening. I will let everybody know. I will have details. So, yeah, crossing fingers. We'll see what happens. Taking a desk. Oh, that's right. You're moving. Oh, right. Good luck on that move.
Actually, I have one of those.
How's that work?
The problem with it is that I can't do the setup.
Okay, what did he just ask me?
I can, chat. But we're getting there.
Oh,
actually, I have one of those.
It's talking about the gimbal.
The problem with it is that I can't do the setup here that I've got with the light and everything.
Sure.
The other problem with it is that if the Bluetooth goes off, then it's useless to me. So I came up with this rig, and it's worked really well in the past.
Okay.
Why it's suddenly gotten loose tonight, I have to look at it and see what has come unscrewed, because you unscrew one thing, and it's whole thing goes. Yeah, everything falls apart.
I thought about getting one of those for my thermal imaging camera. so that way it was really steady.
Yeah.
So
If I had a
we can stop right here if you want to fix that camera.
oh, okay. If I had an iPhone that I could dedicate, I would just use the Steadicam exclusively for it. But I'm trying to see.
When you upgrade, oh, I see. You get the thing on your mount there is.
Yeah. So let me just see here.
Everyone watching is like, whoa.
Yeah, I know. Whoa, whoa. All right, let's see what's going on here. Okay. Just do this again. Yeah, I'm not gonna hear anything. I got a lovely shot of Boo and Zombie. Okay. Bottom part.
This part?
Hold the bottom part, yeah. Let me just get this.
I'll hold your bottom.
Thank you.
So anyway, that is Zombie right there, and then it's eventually going to pan over to the ghoulie, to the other ghoulie girl. That's
The
Boo.
one, yeah. The last place I was
and
using
the device that Zombie is hanging on to
is the I'm not feeling too sad. I'll
SLS.
Jeez.
Everything's going limp.
Yeah, everything's going limp. But you know what? Great Wi-Fi.
I had a backup plan though. I had a backup plan.
I'm still live streaming.
Okay.
We'll just make it work. Hey, how you doing there, Sonny? Oh. All right.
Oh, that cat went through that one.
I know, right? Yeah, isn't that the way, chat? I finally get perfect Wi-Fi to stream from, and then the setup is just not. Suddenly decided, no, I'm not going to work tonight. F you. So I'll have to do a little bit of research as to why that's happening. On the plus side, great Wi-Fi. Oh, look at this. And hi, everybody. Welcome to Charleston, South Carolina. We're here with the Ghoulie Girls. We being me and Phil. Phil Rossi right there.
Oh, and this is Philadelphia Alley. I remember this now. This is really kind of cool. It's first off, it's beautiful back here. It is beautiful back here. So yeah.
And we've been having a great night so far.
All right. So So obviously this footage is not the footage that we're dealing with right now. So currently I'm still on a 2-camera setup. Possibly bringing in a third.
Even with the gear malfunction. Sounds like my luck. Sonny says, "Hi, Phil."
Hi, Sonny.
Okay, I'm just gonna let that. Okay, that looks really cool.
Lots of sixes.
I just got to show.
It's a weird space.
Yeah.
So other tours will be cutting in between us, so just kind of be prepared for that. This is also part of a neighborhood, so we are very brief in this location. But
Okay.
to actually be in the location, you have to hear the story while you're in it. It doesn't make any sense unless you're actually here. So every tour comes down here. This is Philadelphia Alley.
All right, I'm just going to check my other camera just to see if the footage is any steadier.
It is once known as...
It is, but it's everybody's crotch. So that is what you would call bad footage. Okay.
This is where some of the duels used to occur for the city of Charleston. So every ghost story tells the same story.
I kept seeing them on you guys. I figured it
All
was.
right, let's just go up here.
The one, yeah. The last place I was using it, only get perfect Wi-Fi to stream from, and then the setup is just not. Suddenly decided, no, I'm not going to work tonight. F you.
That's a good place to jump cameras. Okay. And thank you, everybody, for joining me tonight. I really do appreciate it. I know this is not the most exciting aspect of paranormal investigation, but it's still a very important one. It's still a very important one. And if you have any questions about what you're seeing here, about what I'm doing here, about the experience in Charleston, South Carolina, please don't hesitate to ask. I'm keeping an eye on chat, but I'm also keeping an eye on the footage. So thanks a lot for being here, everybody.
So I'll have to do a little bit of research as to why that's happening.
Setup is taking an L.
On the plus
Amen,
side,
Sonny.
great Wi-Fi.
Amen, Sonny.
Oh, look at this. And hi, everybody. Welcome to Charleston, South Carolina. We're here with the Ghoulie Girls, we being me and Phil.
And real quick, everybody, I just have to do a quick jump over here. Got to do a quick jump over here, everybody. Would you please look at that face? At that beautiful face, that sweet little silver tabby right there. Would you look at it? Stare into the cute and despair. Look at that. And then there's the ginger. There's Harbinger in the back. Oh dear Lord. Okay. Had to do a quick cutaway. All right, let's get to it. How you doing there, Death Savior? Good to see you in chat. Good to see you in chat.
Phil Rossi right
okay.
there. And we've been having a great night so far. Even with
I see. Nicely done.
Even with the gear malfunction. Sounds like my luck.
So here's a quick little paranormal tip for you. Always have a backup. Always have a backup. I had been on at least one or two paranormal investigations where I had a setup like this go squirrely. In fact, I'll show you exactly what happened. Give me a moment, chat. So you can have all this incredible gear, right? And then it's something like this, a $10 component that will fail you. And what had happened, chat, was that okay? You probably can't see this. Actually, no, you can. Oh wow! So you see that screw right in the center of this little setup. This screw had come loose. Now, how it had come loose, I'm not really sure. Something about, it's probably the screwing and unscrewing of this part, which connects the shoes to one another, that just slowly vibrations just unscrewed it. And what that did was make this part absolutely useless. So I could have this as tight as possible, and this top part would just be completely loose. Because when I took this off, the whole thing just fell apart, and it's all because this screw keeps this entire setup together. So I have two of these. I have two of these, and I had another one that didn't allow for pans. It just was a shoe connection that allowed me to put the bracket on top of the camera, shoot in one direction. The only thing I couldn't do was I couldn't adjust it accordingly. So I couldn't tilt it down. I couldn't pan it left or right. Yeah, it was a challenge. But that was one of the things I learned. If you've got little rigs like this, it's always good to have a backup, and it's even better to know how they're put together. Anyway, yeah. Lessons learned in the field, everybody. Lessons learned in the field.
Sonny says, "Hi, Phil."
Hi, Sonny.
Okay, I'm just gonna let that. Okay, that looks really cool.
So this is Philadelphia Alley, and my God, is it beautiful.
Lots of sixes.
I just got to chill.
It's a weird space.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is back this up. I'm gonna back the thing up. And then, because I stop here just for a moment. All right. And what I'll do is I will show you how we do, how we do the time lapse. So basically, all this stuff that happened beforehand, the walk, as it were, that's a lot of time. That's a. Am I? Oh, you're right. You're right. You're right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much, Death Savior. Whew, okay, so I just backed it up. You didn't miss anything though. That's the good thing. Now, your attention is going to jump between here, right? It's going to jump between here on the right-hand side and here on the left-hand side. So what I'm going to do is do a quick little razor cut. And I'm just going to just cut down along the line of all this footage. All right. And then I'm going to come over here. Now I have options. I can either go on ahead and jump from camera source to camera source while we're walking. You know, that could get complicated. Or I can just keep it simple. And when it comes to video editing, you always want to keep it simple. So now I'm going to go on ahead and see when we started the walk. So we started the walk. Nope, we're still talking there. We actually started the walk here. Okay.
Lucas.
Thanks, her father.
And yes, Pip. Yes, Pip. Nick does know that we are writers. Yes, he does know that. Yeah, he knows that. He knows that. Yep.
Yeah, watch your step over there.
All right. And what I'm going to do, just to keep it simple, is again go back to the razor tool and go snip, 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 snip. Now, I won't need audio for any of this. I will not need audio for any of this. So I will just go on ahead, select all the audio, and just take it out. And then I will just grab the end of this, move it back there, grab this. Oh, I should probably also cut this out as well. Yep. All right. And now I can just take this one strip of video. Now this one strip of video is roughly what? It is, the duration is 7 minutes, 13 seconds. Okay. So now I'm going to do this. I'm going to go to speed duration. And it will pull up, you won't see this window, but it will pull it up over here. But I want to take this 7 minutes and 13 seconds and I want to crank it down to 30 seconds. So one way is to just continue to crank up the speed in different increments. I can also grab this duration and say, okay, well, I can just click and drag it across here and move it back and forth. Thing is, that's going to take a long time because, as you can see, I don't know if you can see it because it's such a small window, and no, I can't make the window any bigger. It does it in very small increments that way. So I'm just going to go on ahead and come up here to where I see speed and say, yeah, make this 750%. That takes it down to 57 seconds. Close. All right. So I'll say, well, let's make it 1200%. 36 seconds. Bit better. And let's just say 1400 seconds puts it right at 30 seconds. So I click OK. Boom. And now I have a very tightly compressed walk, right? And I will then go to the text tool. I will then click anywhere in here. I'm probably going to put it in here because if I do it centered, the elapsed time is going to go into chat. And the only reason I'm staying with this is that it's a color camera. That's the main reason. I'll type in elapsed time. And let's see if I memorized this. Darn it. Oh. I think it's oh no, 1050. Oh, shoot. I could have swore that it was 1050. No. Don't worry. I have my cheat sheet pulled up. 150. Oh, 0151. Damn it. I almost had it memorized. All right. 0150. There we go. Lapse time 7 minutes 13 seconds. I will then get it into the style that is more consistent with what we do here. Right? And then we'll make it 75. Maybe we'll make it 85. Whenever you're making these kind of videos, the one thing you want to try to go for, whenever you can, is consistency. Consistency in typefaces, consistency in size. Those little details really do matter. Okay. Let's go over here. Let me do. And then 7 here. All right. So we have that title there, and I go ahead and I stretch it across the entirety of this this time lapse, and then I go ahead and I say ripple delete on the other side, right? That's the command, ripple delete. It then brings all the other footage over. And now, when we go back and we take a look at this, this is how it's going to go.
Yeah, watch your step over there.
And you see this on a lot of the paranormal shows, is they do an elapsed time where nothing is happening or nothing's going on, and that also saves you a lot of headache and a lot of time, because you don't want to have your presentations too long. And what Phil will do in post is he's going to go on ahead and he's going to score it. He finds, he either does something original, or he goes on ahead and he finds some stock music.
Ooh, I just got chill.
It's a weird space.
Yeah.
So other tours will be cutting in between us, so just kind of be prepared for that. This is also part of a neighborhood, so we are very brief in this location. But
Okay.
to actually be in the location, you have to hear the story while you're in it. It doesn't make any sense unless you're actually here. So every tour comes down here. This is Philadelphia Alley. It is once known as Duelers Alley. This is where some of the duels used to occur for the city of Charleston. So every ghost tour tells the same story, but we're ghost hunting. You need different details. I tell this a lot differently than your normal campfire marshmallow type story, so let's kind of get into it. There's a doctor that moves down here from Rhode Island. His name is Dr. Joseph Brown Ladd. If you hear brown-eyed girl here, it is not coincidental, just so you know. This is actually the reason why I bought the Envoy, was for this specific location.
Okay. I have got to send that to Phil, and I definitely have to send that to Nick. I'm vibing with Nick. Oh, my daughter kills me, man. My daughter kills me. Okay, hold on a minute. I'm vibing with Nick. My daughter is such a knucklehead. Oh, she really is. I love them dearly. Oh, man, that's great. I'll edit it later. She's a scream, I swear. Okay.
The initials of Rhode Island. So.
And by the way, that's Nick McGear of Stories in the Cemetery. You can look him up on YouTube. He is phenomenal, as you can tell. He's not just a great paranormal investigator. He is just so knowledgeable on South Carolina history, Charleston history. It's amazing. It's amazing. Guy's a machine.
RI has shown up here on spirit boxes from DJs in the past and on my digital word list, the word generator, like just RI, and it's going to make a whole lot more sense here in just a minute other than just Rhode Island. But anyway, he moves down here because he's supposed to get married to his fiancée, Amanda. Amanda just inherited a bunch of money from her dead parents. She has an attorney helping her out with all of this cash flow. The attorney thinks that Dr. Ladd is just after her money. So if people start walking down here, by the way, we need all cameras pointed in a much different direction.
Okay. Right.
So, yeah, because people, this is a weird space. The next space, again, we're going to be much more open, hopefully.
Okay.
But at any rate, so the attorney thinks that Dr. Ladd is just after Amanda's money. So he tells Amanda, get rid of the doctor. Dr. Ladd moves to Charleston to prove that he's not after Amanda's money. And as he's coming into town, the coachman set him up to be robbed and killed. It wasn't a good start to his stay here. But somebody was walking by. His name is Ralph Isaacs. He seen what was about to happen because he knew the coachman. Ralph Isaacs has the same initials as where the doctor came from.
Rhode Island.
Right.
So again, first time it came up, I'm like, well, which one does it belong to? Until I had a secondary verifier. However, Ralph tells the doctor, dude, you don't want to stay here. I know this guy. He's going to try to kill you. Come with me to 59 Church Street. You can rent a room. You'll be safe. The number 59 is often found here, by the way. So doctor took him up on the offer. They became friends. The longer the doctor stays here in Charleston, the longer he's making money and proving his point that he wasn't after Amanda's cash.
Okay, now if I remember correctly, at this point, I am no longer shooting crotches. Let's go to videotape and let's see if T is shooting crotches.
She gets wind of this, and she's moving down so they can get married.
T is shooting crotches.
Dr. Ladd became known as the Whistling Doctor.
Crap. All right.
What I'm going to tell you is that every haunted city has a cliched whistling ghost.
Yeah.
I actually have proof of this one. I'm going to get to that. Ralph and the doctor go see plays together, but they cannot sit next to each other because the doctor makes more money. That's the hierarchy of Charleston. He gets better seats. They talk about the plays on the way home. They're arguing over the new actress that was in town. Dr. Ladd thought she was great. Ralph, not so much. The argument gets really heated when Ralph starts insulting the doctor's fiancée.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, so they go.
That escalated quickly. All right.
Very quickly. Ralph has friends here, like I said. He goes to the newspaper, puts an ad in the paper telling the whole city of Charleston what he thinks of the doctor.
Uh-oh. Okay, Ralph befriends Dr. Ladd until he doesn't. As you do. Okay.
Kind of a, you're a disgrace to society, sir, kind of mentality. Dr. Ladd saw the newspaper ad, rebutted with, let's go to Dool's ad. So, they came down here, they took 10 paces, they turned, the doctor pointed his gun in the air, and he shot. He didn't want to kill his friend. He just wanted to have the courage and bravery to show up to the fight, which is often what happened at a duel, by the way.
Well, that's true. That's true. That's not just a thing from Hamilton. That is true. Is T still shooting crotches? Yes, he is. Okay.
The Ralph has his one shot. He puts it in the kneecap of the doctor. Dr. Ladd didn't die, but he drops to the ground. His friends picked him up, took him home to 59 Church Street, where he dies 10 days later after refusing medical treatment.
Wow.
Remember, he's a doctor. This is 1786. Bullet wounds back then were not what bullet wounds are now. He was probably trying to bleed out the lead poisoning. So, other ghost tours will tell you as you're walking through here, listen for the whistles. If you listen to how quiet it is down here right now, it is like this all the time. It's a busy Saturday afternoon, this is what it sounds like over here. It's kind of creepy, but very cool at the same time.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you to whip out your voice recorders because we're already using mine. This is the part where you actually listen for whistles in the background. If you come down here on your own because you live here, keep in mind, all the locals know the story. Anybody walking up and down Cumberland Street or Queen Street throws a whistle down the alley. I do it every single night. I park right around the corner, which means I have to pass the alley to get here.
Yeah.
So, with that said, me and my daughter race to see who's gonna, like when she's on the tour, we race to see who's gonna throw the whistle first. So, I actually I told you we're not going to stay here long, but I always like to tell you why we go to the next space. It's kind of a funny story because I'm not actually supposed to be on the other side of this alley. Not that we're going to talk about it on live stream, but let's get into a little bit of it. This alley didn't go all the way through that way, so it had kind of a wall to cut it off, which means the bricks on that side are older. Those bricks down on the other side are sun-dried bricks from slave children. There's a full handprint from a slave child on the other side, and some fingerprint swipes on other bricks. I used to take my groups all the way through here because my route was much different than what we're going through tonight. My groups always like to stop to try to get a reading from that handprint.
Yeah.
I already told you I don't investigate cemeteries because there's not a whole lot of readings there. I treat that handprint the exact same way I do a grave. That kid's not staring at that handprint in the afterlife.
No.
November 26th of 2020, my entire group, 10 people, is huddled around that brick waiting for something to happen. I'm trying to shoo them along because I know nothing's going to happen, not to mention outside the kitchen window of the beautiful mansion at the end of the alley. I was out of bounds. I was not supposed to be in a neighborhood and did not know it because I was still new at this. So we'll just say we moved on very, very quickly. The next day was Thanksgiving. I don't tour on Thanksgiving because I worked in retail management for over 20 years, mainly for Walmart. For those of you watching, you can feel my pain.
Yeah.
The other piece of that is November 28th day. I'm talking to my partner, told him what happened. He said you can only go down halfway. So either go down halfway or reroute your group. Love you, baby.
Oh, okay. Well, I've got this nice shot of the alleyway. So let's see how long I got the alleyway. Okay, that'll be a nice cutaway. That'll be a nice cutaway. Okay.
Yeah. I actually have proof of this one. I'm going to get to that. Ralph and the doctor go see plays together, but they cannot sit next to each other.
Okay.
He was probably trying to bleed out the lead poisoning.
Okay. So we'll stop there. So now we can get a little bit. We can just break up the monotony of the single camera shot and just go on ahead and just have a really nice. This is Philadelphia Alley or Duelist Alley, and it was both gorgeous and a little creepy.
So, other ghost tours will tell you as you're walking through here, listen for the whistles. If you listen here right now, it is like this all the time. Busy Saturday afternoon, this is what it sounds like over here. It's kind of creepy, but very cool at the same time.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you to whip out your voice recorders because we're already using mine. This is the part where you actually listen for whistles in the background. If you come down here on your own because you live here, keep in mind, all the locals know the story. Anybody walking up and down Cumberland Street or Queen Street throws a whistle down the alley. I do it every single night. I park right around the corner, which means I have to pass the alley to get here. Yeah. So, with that said, me and my daughter race to see who's gonna, like when she's on the tour, we race to see who's gonna throw the whistle first. So, I actually I told you we're not gonna stay here long, but I always like to tell you why we go to the next space. It's kind of a funny story because I'm not actually supposed to be on the other side of this alley. Not that we're gonna talk about it on live stream, but let's get into a little bit of it. This alley didn't go all the way through that way, so it had kind of a wall to cut it off, which means the bricks on that side are older.
That's a good spot to there's the spot to break away. There's the spot to break away.
Those bricks down on the other side are sun-dried bricks from slave children. There's a full handprint from a slave child on the other side and some fingerprint swipes on other bricks. I used to take my groups all the way through here because my route was much different than what we're going through tonight. My groups always like to stop to try to get a reading from that handprint.
Yeah.
I already told you I don't investigate cemeteries because there's not a whole lot of readings there. I treat that handprint the exact same way I do a grave. That kid's not staring at that handprint in the afterlife.
No.
November 26th of 2020, my entire group, 10 people, is huddled around that brick waiting for something to happen. I'm trying to shoo them along because I know nothing's going to happen, not to mention outside the kitchen window of the beautiful mansion at the end of the alley. I was out of bounds. I was not supposed to be in a neighborhood and did not know it because I was still new at this. So we'll just say we moved on very, very quickly. The next day was Thanksgiving. I don't tour on Thanksgiving because I worked in retail management for over 20 years, mainly for Walmart. For For those of you watching, you can feel my pain.
Yeah.
Now the other piece of that is the November 28th day. I'm talking to my partner, told him what happened. He said you can only go down halfway. So either go down halfway or reroute your group.
Love you, baby.
So I told him I'm probably gonna have to do both. But what I told my team that night was I don't know a whole lot about pirates in Charleston. I'm a vampire guy through and through. So we're gonna see what happens. I don't believe in this story because I've never had anything happen. So before we left, somebody on a spirit box, one of mine, heard the name Ann. I did not tell that group who we were going to be investigating. Ann Bonny, the famous female pirate. So I went, hot diggity, right? So we get down there, I told a little bit I did know about piracy, especially in Charleston, which wasn't much, and then we started investigating. Somebody else heard the number 300. I had no idea what that meant in real time. I wrote it down, researched it the next day for that group. We were there November 28th of 2020. Ann Bonny's trial for piracy, November 28th of 1720. We were there on the exact 300-year anniversary of her piracy.
Wow.
So that is where we're going next. What I will tell you about investigating Ann Bonny in this particular spot, it's a hit or miss. Just like any investigative space, probably more so in this location because it will be a 10 or a 0. Like that's the escalation or de-escalation of this location because she is said to be seen all over town. Again, we don't stay here long because of obviously being part of a neighborhood, but I also like to point out the gate behind me. It's a reason why I stopped all the way down here. This gate wasn't always here, but the archway was. Remember I told you the alley didn't go all the way through? Put the geography together. If there was a loser to the duel, this was a shortcut to get to the cemetery on the other side. Otherwise, they'd have to go all the way down to Queen Street and make a loop around with a dead body, which is a lot of dead weight. Not to mention, it would probably hold them up from going to celebrate the winner with a pint. So again, remember the times and how things are laid out whenever you're investigating your spaces. Like, that's a very, very big deal. You have to know it. Yeah. And by the way, the reason why it was cut off here is because this is where they kept the livestock. This used to be called Cow Alley before it was Dueler's Alley. So again, these are nicknames from Charlestonians during that time frame. So again, this is a very interesting space. There's also another rumor that Andrew Jackson actually had a duel down here. I could find no evidence of this whatsoever, but somebody on one of my groups one night, local, told me that there was a bullet hole somewhere in one of these bricks that another Tory pointed out to him, but he couldn't find it again. So I'm going to call BS on that one and just say, I can't prove it, therefore it does not exist. So we are going to go investigate a crazy female pirate. Worst case scenario, you're going to learn a whole hell of a lot about pirates because this story is nuts. This is pirate lore. Trying to piece together a factual investigation on pirate lore. Be lucky that I have a master's degree in creative writing.
Yep.
I have read more books on pirates than I ever wanted to in my entire life.
My first book, my first novel was dealing with pirates, piracy, privateers, all that. I know your pain. I do know your pain, Nick.
Well, the funny thing is about the Ann Bonny story is I made it fun. Not to mention, like, the tours that I do are family friendly.
Right.
So I have to mask a few things about Ann Bonny, but we're still going to be very open about how her life is.
Yeah.
So when we get around that corner, obviously you're going to be able to hopefully fix your camera, but this is a fun story, and we're just going to stay out of the other tours way that are going to be passing by. We're also going to be near an apartment building, so again, be careful with your cameras, and there may be a few cars in the space that we're going to be at. Maybe not. So hopefully not. On Fridays, we never know. So hopefully, like, are you doing okay with your shoulders and all of that?
Yeah, so far so good.
Take stuff.
I mean, if you want to take this bag up, that'd be great. That would be good help.
My bag is still probably about 30 pounds right now, or else I'd offer.
No. I'm good. I'm good. And as far as the setup goes, I'm gonna either make it work or I'm not. I'm in the words of my mentor when it comes to, doing this or doing this. We're gonna do this. We're here to investigate. So
what I'm gonna tell you real quick is on the word generator list, I do have the word pinky, like your pinky finger.
Yeah.
The husband of Eliza is buried on the other side of this wall. I know I told you we don't get much from cemeteries, but Charles loves to talk about his wife. So if other clues actually pop up around that, then I will let you know based on what you're hearing.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
Just a quick question. This is I'm only asking because this is the first name I got on here tonight. Celine mean anything to you?
No.
Okay.
Dion.
Yeah.
The queen.
Yeah. Okay. So first off, I might like the game Ghost at Dawn. Ghost at Dawn. Is it a ghost hunting game or secondhand, or is this just a? Is it a different kind of game? It's a horror game. What? Tell me about it. Tell me about it secondhand, or if you've got a link on Steam, feel free to drop that in there because you got me curious now. You've got me curious.
Thank you, Boo.
Oh, of course.
All right, so first off, one that was very kind of everybody to offer help. Okay, making a mark again because I have a feeling we're gonna have another time lapse. I did not hear any whistles in the background, so I'm going to make the bold assumption that there was nothing whistling in the background. So I think we're good in that respect. Let's see. Okay, moving on.
Here it goes. Here he goes.
It happens. What a good investigation without me saying something.
I won't let go, Phil. I won't let go.
There was enough for you.
There was enough room. That's some bullshit right there. There was more than enough room.
There was so much. She just needed a scooch. Just a scooch.
She loved him, just not that much, you know?
Not enough to get her feet wet.
Yeah, exactly.
Boo and Zombie are the best.
All right.
This is when we.
Oh, that does sound like fun secondhand. That does sound like fun.
Yeah, there's another group. Yeah.
339 ghost tours in Charleston.
I believe it.
I am number 34 of top ghost tours to do.
Well, there you go.
And I'm the underground guy. Like, not everybody knows about it.
Ah.
That's what I love about it. I'll stay in 34.
There you go. You're happy with it that way. There is a benefit. Like I said, when we did the public investigation with 70, I just remember thinking, I can't wait for this to be done.
Yeah,
and it was just it was pure chaos. Pure chaos.
Go straight up to the wall. Normally I would take you to the back, but I want to kind of give you an opportunity to sit down.
Oh, sure.
Every time we come here, we start getting religious terms.
Well, yeah. Oh, because they keep getting religious terms because look over here.
Well, I just literally walked in and got Christ
A lot of beautiful architecture in Charleston, South Carolina. A lot of beautiful architecture.
Oh, wow.
Now, I believe here.
Sonny, I really wish you were here. You would love not just the history, but the overall vibe of this place. There's definitely something here.
You guys want to have a seat because I know you guys are all carrying bags. Oh! Oh my God. Probably raising my balls over here. So depending on if these few cars leave, because the church on like wedding nights or church nights, they'll actually come over and ask for us to leave over here. There's too many cars. But if we can get some of those cars to leave or don't see any church folk coming, we'll try a 5 to 10 minute Estes method over here to see if we can get going on. So yeah, go ahead and have a seat and we'll go over the location.
Yes.
Oh, thought something was touching me, and it turns out there was something touching me. The plant.
So we're at the Powder Magazine. This is a brief history on the building. Just so you guys.
Touch me. The plant.
Going on. So yeah, go ahead and have a seat and we'll go over the history of the location.
Actually, not a lot of time lapse needed for this one because this was a slightly shorter trek than the first one. Let's see here. So I'll take out all of that. This is currently, wait a minute. So lapse time, roughly 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 47 seconds. Which means I want to get this down to, whoa. I want to get this down to 30 seconds or less. So let's go with 1,000. 1,000 makes it 16 seconds, which may be a little too fast. So 750. 600. Perfect. And then just to make it easier on myself, I'm just going to go back here a bit. Grab elapsed time here. Copy it. And then paste it up here. That was 2 minutes, 47 seconds. Wait, ooh, okay. Lapse time 2 minutes, 47 seconds. Let's see. All right.
This is I'm only asking because this is the first name I got on here tonight. Celine mean anything to you?
No.
Okay.
Dion.
Yeah.
So Phil is rocking the Paratech in one hand and another device that Nick was using for us called the Envoy. And not 100% sold on the Envoy. It's an okay device, but don't think it's quite for me.
The queen.
Yeah. And thank you, Bill.
Oh, of course.
Okay. $339 ghost tours in Charleston, South Carolina, and Nick is number 34. I would love to investigate with him again. He was such a delight to work with. Such a delight to work with.
Oh, I thought something was touching me, and it turns out there was something touching me. The plant.
So we're at the Powder Magazine. This is a brief history on the building, just so you guys have an idea of why we're here. I don't know if you guys noticed the crosses on the building as we are approaching it.
Yes.
Those are not crosses. Those are earthquake bolts. If you're not familiar with earthquake bolts, they're basically turnbuckles. If you turn them after an earthquake, it tightens the building so it doesn't incur any further damage.
How cool is that?
It just doesn't work. Californians make
I said
fun
it was
of me all
cool.
the
I
time.
didn't say it was.
But these earthquake bolts are part of the reason why we're here. Those are the first set of earthquake bolts that Charleston ever put in because this is the oldest government building in South Carolina. It was finished in 1713. I know, history can be long and boring. I've seen that yawn. Plus, we're out late. I know. I call out yawns all the time, by the way. I'm just that guy.
I'm trying to remember what I was shooting at that time with the other camera.
Keeps people laughing. But the Gunpowder Magazine, I call it familiar. You guys have all seen like the My Buddy Pooh Bear ghost guy, and they use that to attract, a child ghost.
Yeah.
It's the same type of principle. This is a building that Anne Bonny would recognize. So again, she's said to be seen all over town because we don't have many buildings this old, but this is definitely the oldest government building in town. So our story begins right in the middle of its construction. The building was finished in 1713. 1708. By the way, the building took 10 years to build. Does that sound like our government? Small building, 10 years?
Sounds about right.
Sounds about right.
1708. Venture with me back to Ireland. A young lady moves here by the name of Anne Cormack. She comes here with her father and his mistress.
Before anybody asks, yes, a lot of the stuff that, this was a chance for me to dust off the little gray cells concerning pirate lore because that was my jam early on as a writer. And so, yeah, all this, he nails it, knocks it out of the park. Knocks it out of the park, everybody. Can I just point out something real quick? Take a look at this. See Benedict up there? I don't know what this cat is. I don't know what this cat is on, but I mean, I am not used to this. I am not used to Benedict finding refuge like this on top of my safes or my fireproof safes. I wish there was some way. I don't know if this camera has. Let's see, filters. Yeah, no. Whoop. But isn't that something? I don't know what it is about this cat suddenly saying, yeah, this is going to be my spot now. I just happened to look up there, and man, he is just chill as can be. So there you go.
The mistress is Anne's mother. Are you with me so far? There's a couple of twists here.
Yes. Tracking with you.
Well, you probably already know the damn story.
Yeah, I know.
So the three of them are running away from her father's angry wife. Yeah, how pissed was she that you got to leave the country to come here? REM pods are definitely a positive thing here.
Okay.
Does that thing actually have color? I don't think I've ever used that.
Yes, it does.
So Anne Bonny loves to show us what her hair color is.
Ooh,
What
okay.
colors do you have?
We've got green,
You have
purple,
red.
and we have red.
And
Red
it's-
is actually the one in the middle, and to get that one to blink, you really got to get right
That's
up on
the way
it.
the one is on the mill of REM ATV. So perfect.
Okay, let me just check something here real quick. I just want to see where I picked up with this. So I have another. I have a. I have video of. From my POV camera, but I can't tell where it's from. It's not from this section, so I'll just return back to here and move on.
So, Ann, I'm just going to set this here.
Perfect. Love it, love it, love it.
Just keep that running.
But anyway, where was I? Oh, so the three of them run away to Georgetown. It's just north of us, between us and Myrtle Beach. So Dad bought a plantation. Mom died pretty quickly. That means he's sending young Anne down here to sell anything from the plantation to keep things afloat, hence the familiar building. So let's take a little step backwards back to Ireland for just a moment. Anne was a badass. They say she killed one of her servants when she was 7, 8, 9 years old. Remember, this is pirate lore, no numbers are exact. With a knife to the belly. We've had the words servant, knife, and belly show up all in the same thing. Just so you know. Anyway, I'd like to just give you that mentality of her as we kind of go through her story. Fast forward, building's done in 13. By 1715, pirates are coming through town. Anne is stoked because she's going to fall in love, and so she can earn her freedom, just like a man. That's the way the world worked at that point. I'm not going to do a quick reset on that.
Exactly.
You're hearing a lot of frantic, what sounds like fasteners and yeah. I'm basically fixing the issue. I'm fixing the issue.
First guy she falls in love with. Yes, I said first because there's a handful, and we're going to go through all of them. First guy is James Bonny. You can already see where this one's going because we've already mentioned her married name. So Dad didn't approve. He's a filthy pirate. They go away to Jamaica. They get married. Anne Cormac is now Anne Bonny. However, James Bonny is not Captain Jack Sparrow like what she was hoping for.
Right.
This guy turns out to be a privateer. He's a spy for the British. This is
Yeah.
what she wants. He's a coward. So a few years later, she falls in love again, a.k.a. John Rackham, Calico Jack.
Calico Jack.
Calico Jack
Calico
is the guy
Jack.
that they based your Johnny Depp character off of. So
Yep.
this is, where people's ears perk up, by the way, for my normal groups.
Propose, like the marriage proposal.
I don't know, it just says propose.
Hopefully one of us
No, not the bag issue. Not the
Jack
bag.
has his own ship.
Not the bag issue. You're thinking of another incident, secondhand. The pouches of, and that's going to be something I'm going to cover in the 5-minute paranormal when I review that bag. I'm going to be like, I love this about the bag. What do I hate the most about that bag? These damn pouches, because those pouches constantly slide off. They constantly slide off. No, it was this thing. If you remember secondhand, it was this thing that was failing. And this is a rig that, fortunately, I've got 2 of these. So I was able to pull out the spare, secure it, and then take this one. You'll actually hear me at one point. I've got this very rig in pieces in my hand, going, "What the hell happened?" And it turns out it was this screw, this one Allen wrench screw, that was holding all this together. So yeah. Anyway.
Anne wants to be part of it. You can't put a girl on a pirate crew.
But very close, very close.
Put a girl on a pirate.
Think family friendly.
Family friendly.
Yeah, it's bad luck.
Oh.
We'll make it simple. Family friendly. Yes. So anyway, he makes a deal with her. If you dress like a guy and look like the crew, you can be part of the crew, but you're going to be a female in my quarters. She's okay with this because Dad used to cross-dress her as a boy back home, and as a boy apprentice, to hide her away from his wife. She knows it's a man's world. Let's do this. Put two and two together, adults. Yeah. She's a female in his quarters. She's eventually going to get pregnant, and you cannot have a pregnant pirate dude on the crew. And so somebody, you know, obviously somebody's going to figure it out. So he drops her off from Cuba. They'll have the baby in Cuba, come back later, and we'll figure it out. She goes and has the baby, returns with no child. No amount of my research will tell you what happened to that baby because it's not there. There's no records anywhere. She comes back dressed as a female. This makes Jack pretty angry. And while she was gone giving birth, he actually captured another pirate crew. Go down below deck. She's gonna go flirting because that's who she is. We're on guy number 3, in case you lost track.
Okay.
Guy number 3 turns out to be a female.
I just got permission.
A female, dressed like a guy, to be part of the pirate crew that Calico Jack captured. So now we have 2 females on the same ship trying to be pirates. Her name is Mary Reed. She went by
Mary
Mark
Reed.
to become a pirate. So the name Mark has shown up here in the past. Her and Mary became friends, possibly lovers. We're not going to really know for sure. But the British find out where they are. They send a fleet of ships to come take down the one measly pirate ship. Anne and Mary, rumored, are the only 2 pirates that come up that fight because they were the only ones that weren't drunk. And they came up with 1 bullet flintlocks, probably because they didn't know how to use the cannon jet. They weren't pirates for very long. So obviously 2 ladies are not going to take on a whole fleet of ships. They get arrested. She looks at her captain and beau, Calico Jack, as she's being arrested, and she says, "Sorry to see you here, but you should have fought like a man instead of being hanged like a dog."
This is the one where we had the parking lot problem. Near a tree and the ground of people were showing up, or is that the other one? No. This was the one. But if you remember secondhand, it was Nick being Nick. He actually got his card to the guy who was trying to figure out what was going on, what we were doing, that kind of thing. But yeah, it was a small group of people, and they were on a tour as well. It was another tour. So yeah. So let me see if we are near a point where I can switch cameras.
And they came up with 1 bullet flintlocks, probably because they didn't know how to use the cannon jet. They weren't pirates for very long.
Okay. So what do we got here? Still the parking lot. All right. Then we keep filming as this. Okay.
So obviously 2 ladies are not going to take on a whole fleet of ships. They get arrested. She looks at her captain and beau, Calico Jack, as she's being arrested, and she says, "Sorry to see you here, but you should have fought like a man instead of being hanged like a dog." So the word dog is prominent here, just so you know. Nice. The judge wants to see the 2 quote-unquote men that fought back so valiantly on their own after he's already tried and hung Calico Jack and the drunk pirates that wouldn't fight. That was November 26th. So November 28th, the 2 ladies go in front, hoping to save themselves. They reveal their gender. And the judge doesn't give a shit. They're still pirates. He's still hang them. We plead our bellies. Liberal. I know, right? We plead our bellies was the last thing they screamed out because you cannot hang a pregnant woman in 1720. It's illegal. Sends both back to jail, delays the hanging. Anne's dad is still up here in South Carolina with all of his Irish money. He bails her out. She comes home, remarries. Husband number 2, guy number 4, because we're going to count Mary Reed. We don't really know. She has 4 kids, dies at the age of 84. Not much that we know about her. Some rumors say she stayed right here in Charleston or South Carolina. Some say she went back to Virginia for some odd reason. There's rumor that she's actually changed her name and is buried in Virginia somewhere. Huh. So there's rumors all over about Anne Bonny and her after-pirate career life. As far as Mary Reed goes, she died a year later in that Jamaican jail from whatever pirates died from in a Jamaican jail. I'm going to say most books will tell you that it was something simple like fever. We're going to make it romantic and say it was scurvy. So again, nice and bumpy and gross and whatever you want to do. The only 2 things that I left out of here for my normal groups, because this used to be my last stop. I would tell them, you guys know what you're doing by now, ask whatever you want to. You don't have to dance around a prominent English woman. But the 2 things I left out on purpose are the names of Anne Bonny's parents. Okay. That's the father and the mistress. And I also left out the name of Calico Jack's ship. So again, everything else, that's up to you. Whatever you want to ask away. But
if I remember correctly, Anne Bonny, the name of Calico Jack's ship was Queen Anne's Revenge. That's a great name for a ship, in my opinion. Queen Anne's Revenge. I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
Again, I'm going to be very interested to see, I kind of want to see, have you guys take a lap or 2 before we see if we're going to do the Estes method here, see if we actually have anything going on. Again, I'll know within 5 minutes based on what you guys are hearing if we have anything going on. Now, you do have the word propose. I still find that to be pretty vague until something else comes up.
What's the average? What's the average EMF you get for
EMF in this location, I normally don't get excited about, just because we are sitting right next to an electrical pole.
Ah, that might
and
be
we
it.
also have parking meters on the other side of the bushes. I would
Okay.
say on the back half, I get excited about 4 and above.
How about 10 to 16? That's what I'm getting right now. I got 10. I got 16.7, and it's steady.
And he's getting letters, which means there's EMF spikes going on.
Hey, how you doing there, Obi?
I got a team.
Haven't seen you in an age. I hope you're doing well, buddy. I hope you're doing well.
Well, we're here not to disrespect you or judge you or question your life
She's
choices.
a pirate, dude. Poke. Like, I hate to say, like, go ahead and let's get some
She's a
answers, but
pirate,
she's-
dude,
she's
Poke.
So she likes.
She's pretty crude.
Yeah, but 31.9 on that when you were saying that.
Interesting. Interesting. That's interesting. Girls are doing well, I'm hope. Okay, good. Glad to hear that, my friend. Glad to hear that. The lad doing well? I hope so. Oh, bless your cotton socks, buddy. Bless your cotton socks. Well, then you'll probably get a kick out of this. So, in all my adventures on the paranormal, something attached itself to me in West Virginia, and sure enough, it was possessed. And as you can see, we've got 5 little ones. Hers made the, oh, wow. Nicely done on that. That's great. Made the archery team, and she's captain. That's fantastic, man. Well done. Well done. Yeah, so Sunny, that's her online nickname now. Sunny made Dean's List both semesters at Mason. So she's off and running. She's not taking any prisoners academically. That's a given right there. Wow. Well done. Well done. That's amazing, man. Archery. I wish my school had an archery team. I would have been all over that. I would have been all over that. I just want to see, is there anything interesting on the other camera? Let's just pop to the other camera. Let's see. Yeah.
What's the average? What's the average EMF you get for
EMF in this location, I normally don't get excited about, just because we are sitting right next to an electrical pole.
Ah, that might
and
be
we
it.
also have parking meters on the other side of the bushes. I would
Okay.
say on the back half, I get excited about 4 and above.
How about 10 to 16? That's what I'm getting
pretty
right now.
Okay. All right. So I will do some cutaway here. It's not the most exciting.
Not much that we know
Nope,
about.
no
Some
problem,
say
Obi.
she
Thanks for
stayed
popping in
in
and saying hey.
Or South Carolina. Some say she went back to Virginia for some odd reason. There's dies at the age of 84.
Okay. Maybe not the most exciting of footage, but it's all I got. There's a good possibility I will be cutting this or time-lapsing it.
Not much that we know about her. Some rumors say she stayed right here in Charleston or South Carolina. Some say she went back to Virginia for some odd reason. There's rumor that she's actually changed her name and is buried in Virginia somewhere.
Huh.
So there's rumors all over
That's
about Anne Bonny and her after pirate career life. As far as Mary Reed goes, she died a year later in that Jamaican jail from whatever pirate.
Tell Barbara I said hey.
I'm going to say most books will tell you that it was something simple like fever. We're going to make it romantic and say it was scurvy. So again, nice and bumpy and gross and whatever you want to do. The only 2 things that I left out of here for my normal groups, because this used to be my last stop. I would tell them, you guys know what you're doing by now, ask whatever you want to. You don't have to dance around a prominent English woman. But the 2 things I left out on purpose are the names of Anne Bonny's parents.
Okay.
That's the father and the mistress. And I also left out the name of Calico Jack's ship. So again, everything else, that's up to you. Whatever you want to ask away. But again, I'm going to be very interested to see, like, I kind of want to see, like, have you guys take a lap or 2 before we see if we're going to do the Estes method here, see if we actually have anything going on. Again, I'll know within 5 minutes based on what you guys are hearing if we have anything going on. Now, you did have the word propose. I still find that to be pretty vague until something else comes up.
What's the average? What's the average EMF you get for
EMF in this location, I normally don't get excited about just because we are sitting right next to an electrical pole.
Ah, that might
and
be
we
it.
also have parking meters on the other side of the bushes. I would
Okay.
say on the back half, I get excited about 4 and above.
How about 10 to 16? That's what I'm getting right now. I got 10, I got 16.7, and it's steady.
And he's getting letters, which means there's EMF spikes going on.
Yeah.
And I got a team here that actually knows what they're doing.
Yeah, we're here not to disrespect you or judge you or question your life
She's
choices.
a pirate, dude. Poke. Like, I hate to say, like, go ahead and let's get some answers, but she's a...
So she's
pretty crude.
Yeah, but 31.9 on that when you were saying that. And but hey, look, Anne, if you're
clearly she
here,
likes to be
if
poked.
you want to have
How's
a talk with somebody that respects pirate lore, thank you very much, Nick. My first novel was about pirates and privateers, so you know what? I'd love to have a conversation. So I'm gonna go to that tree because I'm feeling the pull by that tree. Is that good? Is that okay?
Go for it.
All right.
Be mindful of anybody walking through the cars.
You bet. You can come with me, Anne. I'm not 100% of a gentleman. You can ask my wife that. Yeah, I was feeling a pull to this tree here. So I'm just going ahead and set the stream down here as well. I'm not sure what happened to my apparatus, but something broke. Something broke, so it's a little wobbly, chat. Okay. So we cut back here. So let's just see what happens here. Well, the problem, hun, is that the base is a little wobbly, but I'll make it work. Oh, and if anybody's curious, let me see if I can get it in the shot. See that light just above the sign? That's the moon. That's a nice shot. I actually got some pretty decent. I got some pretty decent shots while I was out, I remember. So, Anne, do you want to talk? Trying to remember. Talk to somebody who not only doesn't mind if you're a pirate, but kind of digs it if you're a pirate. Listen to me flirting with Anne Bonny. You should have seen how the comic book Witchblade drew you. It was hot. Definitely out there. It was hot. They made Anne Bonny look like a bodybuilding supermodel. Here's the funny thing, chat. Now, if I remember correctly, you should be able. It's a little better. It's a little better. Not great, but a little better. All right, so let's just see here. See, this was when, chat, I was shooting, but not shooting with, not shooting in the style that we were currently working in, where we were making a conscious effort to be in front of the camera, and it's one of the strategy shifts that we've had to make moving forward with Old Spirits. So yeah, I was still learning a bit. You should have seen how the comic book Witchblade drew you. Okay. And that might be a good place to switch angles. Moving forward, the way we are going to be shooting future episodes of Old Spirits is going to be very, very different. Oh, I recognize those feet. I do believe those are the feet of my wife. Hang on a second. Hang on a minute. You should be wearing socks. You should be wearing socks. You should be wearing socks. Yeah. Oh. Oh, wait. Did you want me to come up and we weigh them? Yeah, let me see that. Okay. The bowl was completely empty. Oh wow, okay. Well, I'm on my way up then. Give me a second, all right? Give me a second. Ten four. Okay, everybody. So what I'm going to do is, you know what? I think this might be a good spot for us to take a break, like an extended break, because we've been going for a few hours, and yeah, I appreciate everybody being here, but I think now would be a good time to call it a stream and to just go on ahead and sign off. I appreciate everybody hanging out and just enjoying this very chill Friday vibe where we are hanging out in Charleston, South Carolina, talking about ghost stuff. And because we have a holiday, it turns out we have a national holiday come out, Indigenous Peoples Day. There's a good possibility I will be doing a stream on Sunday night, just do a little more look at what's going on in Charleston, right? Thanks everybody for being here. I really do appreciate it. You all are absolutely phenomenal. Thank you for the questions. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for just taking part of this journey with me. I will talk to everyone tomorrow, because tomorrow is Saturday and I'm going to get in a little bit of Destiny before the Rossies come over. But yeah, a little bit of Destiny, and we'll just enjoy some Saturday vibes. All right, everybody. Take care. See you tomorrow. Peace.